Hey everyone, Editor Mode Jan here. I have finally unshackled myself from my computer and surfaced from the dungeon that is my editing suite. If you're listening at the time of release, you will know this episode is pretty late. This is the Delta Green Season 2 finale and, well, it was a bit of a monster in itself. I had to Frankenstein about 7 hours worth of content together and then shave it down. So putting it together with the quality I want to maintain has been challenging, especially since we all work full-time jobs, I'm not an audio specialist, and recently my body just wants to go to sleep every time I sit in front of my PC. Big thanks to Fabio for helping me out with preliminary cutting and editing. I may have gone fully into a coma if I'd been doing it all by myself. I do still aim on releasing episodes every 2 weeks. I'm gonna keep doing my best to try and reach that. Don't worry though, this final episode tops out at about 2 hours and 10. There's a little bit of post-game chat in the post-credits, and for those with short retention spans, I put in a little intermission jumping off on point at around the 1 hour 20 mark. Before we jump in, I also wanted to announce that we now have a Ko-fi account. As I said, all of us work full-time jobs, meaning a lot of our personal time, effort, and money go into running this podcast. So, if you'd like to show your appreciation, you can find us at ko-fi.com/talesofpodcast. That's ko-fi.com/talesofpodcast. And there you can support us by buying us a coffee or even just send us a tip. Feel free to also share your feedback and comments for the crew there too. Okay, so with that all out of the way, let's get started with our Delta Green Season 2 finale.
But he sent me a video. He spends way too much time just sending me random Instagram stuff because he knows my ADHD will be like, oh, fine, I'll watch it. But he sent me... It was moist mushroom, and it's just somebody just like flicking moist mushroom, and it sounds so wrong. It's like, and you're just.
Well, thanks for introducing the phrase "flicking moist mushroom" into my brain. That's
why
not
have you
going
sent
anywhere.
this to me? What are you doing?
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Flicking the moist mushroom?
They are now.
It's so good. You've heard of
Gone are the days of beating the bishop.
yeah.
No, I thought it was a replacement for flicking the bean.
Yeah,
It's quite ambiguous.
Double clicking your mouse.
Chucking oysters.
What?
Oh, shucking oysters. I heard chucking oysters.
Oh.
Yeah, it really hurt. It's just like throwing a rock at someone.
All right. Okay. So everyone's ready for action. Everyone's ready for violence.
Yes.
As
Is
will ever
everyone
be.
ready for body horror?
Yay.
Sounds great. As long as it's someone else's body.
Buddy horror.
Mm-hmm.
Is
It's
my
like a
friend
buddy
gonna
comedy.
die?
Yeah.
Give me the body goop. Give me the body goop.
I'm
I'm
dancing.
gonna make the body goop. Gonna make the body goop.
Welcome back to the Tales of Podcast. We are playing Delta Green in our second season of Tales of MCell. On my left, I've got...
I wasn't prepared for this. Hi, I'm
like to mix
Jen.
it up.
Oh, wait a minute. What was my rhyming word again? No, I'm unprepared. Hi, I'm Jan. I'm going to be playing Agent Madeline, aka Selena Goodwill, expert human behaviorist, amateur animal behaviorist, cat lady, proletaire.
No, I'm not looking at you. Don't.
And of course we have...
Charles, hey, how's it going? I'm playing Eric Peraz, also known as Agent Michaels, formerly firefighter for the NPS, nature lover, grass toucher, bootlicker, amateur reader of books on Native American tales.
Amateur reader?
Yes, amateur reader. That is accurate. I said it. I meant it. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
He's not a bootlicker, he's a maverick. He's
Yes,
bucking
he is.
authority and
He is.
cutting his own path
Damn right.
through the wilderness of life.
Yes.
And across the table we have...
Hello, I'm Mike. Big Mike. I'm playing Lucas Boshears, aka Agent Morgan.
Big Mike coming at you.
It's me. It's your boy, Big Mike.
And last but certainly not least, we have...
Hey everybody, it's Patsy here, and today I'm playing Agent Garrett once again, Delta Green old hand who's realised that he's wasted his life.
That's not true.
Welcome to my everyday.
It's not his whole life, it's just the last few weeks.
Just one quick thing before we start. I reached a breaking point in a previous session, and I don't remember where. I took paranoia, so I'll be bringing that in from today.
Okay, let's have a quick recap. Last time we left things for poor Agent Garrett in a pretty hairy situation. He had found himself on the business end of one of the Ulee monsters. Agent Morgan managed to survive that encounter and took care of that Ulee monster. Meanwhile, in Washington, Agent Madeline had used one of her criminal connections, one Mr. Don Salami, to break into the offices of a law firm and uncover some more evidence, which has led her and Agent Michaels to a storage facility in Jordan Springs in Maryland. So let's just describe the place that you are surveilling again. Mm-hmm. It is the Jordan Springs storage facility. I'm just going to sketch a quick map for you here. So this is a chain link fence. Mm-hmm. It's a razor fence, in fact. It's probably, I guess, 12 feet tall. Mm-hmm. There's like a guard box at the entrance. There's a guard box in the center of the compound, and there is a guard box on the south side of the compound. It's about 100 meters from east to west and 200 meters from north to south.
Okay.
There is a road, a tarmac road that curves around the compound, and along this road are a series of about 30 storage units.
Right.
They're all detached, single standing buildings. They're all painted white. The roll-up shutters are painted white. The guard towers are painted white, and the guards drive around in a couple of white SUVs.
Yeah.
I think I told you about the security company, and you looked into them last time, Solon Security, which you can spot on the side of the SUVs. And there is a Solon Security badge on the side of the guard house beside the entranceway. I think we agreed that you guys were like about about a kilometer away or something.
Yeah, I also wrote down that, like, when we investigated, it didn't go very far, aside that it had some sort of ties to the Air Force. Solon.
Solon Security, yes.
Solon Security, yeah, had some sort of tie to the Air Force. What I wrote down.
Yeah, so it's nighttime on Tuesday, October 10th. And you've been staking this place out for probably 8 or 9 hours. All right. Set the scene. You guys are sitting in the car.
So Selena's just come striding back to the car.
Right.
Opens the door. What the actual fuck? It's some kind of government black site or some shit. I don't know who is behind this, but this is definitely what everything is pointing to. We have to get in there.
What? Now.
She opens the boot in his rifling for like weapons.
Wait, hold on. Back up. Like, we can't go in there.
Why not?
I mean, I'm not saying we can't ever go in there. I'm just saying we can't go in there now.
But this is the answer to everything. It has to be.
I don't disagree with you. But like, if we try to go in there now, we're gonna get shot and we're gonna get killed.
Well, we have weapons. It's fine. It's
Not
fine.
as many as they do. They're up there on the fences. You've seen them come in, and everyone in there is clearly military or military trained somehow. I fight fires. I barely know how to shoot a gun.
I fight fires, not firefights.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's good. Let me do that. I fight fires, not firefights. Look, I don't want to stand against you or anything like that, but if we're gonna do this, we're gonna need like a lot more time and a lot more planning. Oh God, you look angry.
We need to do something. We can't just sit by and do nothing.
Okay, let's start talking about what we can do. Because we can't storm in, that's for sure. So what else can we do?
Well, we definitely need to figure out just what this place is.
We know it's a storage place. This is the Holy Grail, right? We're agreeing on this. This is where all of our answers are. Everything has led to this place right here.
Those buildings could be full of even more Ulee monsters for all that we know.
And are we ready to fight them?
Good point.
Your phone starts ringing, and it's Agent Morgan. Meanwhile, in Mill Creek, Morgan, I think we left you in the basement, standing over the quickly dissolving remains of the creature that broke into the house. And you're left standing over it with the smoking shotgun, which we hope had a silencer on it.
Yes, clearly
a
it
homemade
did.
silencer. Remains, it probably actually has caught fire now, and the end of the shotgun is burning with the
silencer caught fire.
Yeah. If it's a homemade one, I imagine it would have caught fire.
Yeah.
There's no sign of Garrett.
I just want to wrap off the Home Alone references real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Get rid of the yippee-ki-yay. I'm just look down at the puddle of blue sludge. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
There we have it. All right.
It's a wrap.
That's it, folks. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
So I toss the shotgun down and walk back up the stairs.
As you get... Did you see Garrett go down? I don't think so.
I
Just
saw
ran past.
him with a blue thing inside his arm, and then I heard a thud upstairs.
Right, okay, so you assumed the worst. And the worst is, in fact, what you find when you get to the top of the stairs. You can see, the first thing you see are the soles of Garrett's feet. He's lying on the ground. He's completely white and looks completely lifeless. What are you going to do?
There's got to be a first aid kit. We have a first aid kit.
You had a first aid
I want to
kit.
go.
Yeah, you
I'm
certainly had one.
going to go stand next to him, kneel down, check his pulse first of all. Is he alive? But also, is he covered in blue goop?
He's not covered in blue goop. No. You can see that there are several. They're bigger than pinholes. Dots on his arm and wrist, and they are bleeding. Not too much, but they are bleeding freely.
Well, that's got to come off.
And the fact that they are bleeding suggests to you that his heart is still going, even though you can't really pick up a pulse. I mean, if you were a doctor, you might get it, but it's very faint, yeah.
And the UV light is still on.
The UV lights are still on.
So I would presume that any kind of
And it's
infection
cold
has
in
been-
here because the door was smashed down.
First things first. And we get up and fix the door.
Okay, so it's the following Wednesday. And
You're just there whistling, you got some nails in your mouth one at a time.
you've trimmed the bottom and the top of the door so many times trying to get it level that it's now a saloon door.
Yeah, Garrett's starting to smell for some reason.
How are you doing, Garrett? God, you're sleeping for a week. I will get the first aid kit. I'll try and wrap his wounds because that's easy enough, I imagine.
Yeah, I think you might resort to CPR at this point.
Yeah, but I want to stop him from bleeding first.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Is that correct?
It's a trickle of blood.
If he's already bleeding, that means that his heart is already beating, so CPR is not necessary.
Check my airways.
Yeah, check his airways. Do something.
Breathing is also important.
Let's say you administer first aid.
Yes.
Okay, and
First of all, you enter the room, you see someone's wounded, you check for danger because you don't want to create danger for yourself. You don't want to join the wounded.
Exactly.
Then I check. Yeah, I see if he's breathing. I check his pulse.
It's weak.
It's weak, but it's there.
It's there.
He's breathing.
Yeah.
Is he breathing?
It's a very faint breath, yeah, but there's something there. He's ice cold.
Then I put him in the recovery position and I wrap his wounds and I put a blanket on him.
okay, meanwhile, I'm not on this kitchen floor. I'm on a different kitchen floor. I'm 6 years old in Carter County, Tennessee, and it's... Daddy, when's Mama coming home? She ain't coming home. She left because of you. It's all your fault. She wanted a real kid, not some sissy boy. And just... Okay, I guess I'll get really strong. Just, I'll abuse steroids in my mid-30s. Everything's gonna be great, and then Mama's gonna come back. Just cut back to my, grey, blood-drained face for a life of bad choices.
You're now 16 years old. You're trying out for the school football team.
Yeah, no, so school wasn't good. That's why I went to the army when I was 18. You never got the hang of talking to girls, never got the hang of acing tests, but I was really good at, tidying up my bed and saluting people. It turns out that was the role that had been waiting for me my whole life.
I can kiss ass like a champion.
Absolutely. I just got promoted smoothly. It was great.
What do you do once he is covered with the blanket in the recovery position? Maybe drag him into the sitting room. Check if anyone has noticed.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I check the windows. I peek my little head out the door.
I'm going to give you a look roll.
Off to a good start.
You rolled a 9. Pretty lucky. There are no sounds from outdoors, except for the sound of far-off traffic from the interstate that's a few miles away. But apart from that, the neighborhood seems quiet.
Okay. If he's looking safe and happy and comfortable,
he's muttering.
Pick up the phone.
Like you sit me up in an armchair like an old grandpa with
you're gonna
my
weekend at
blankets.
Bernie's him?
I put you on the rocking chair out on the porch.
You pick up the phone and you call.
One of the burner phones that these guys have.
Sorry, I heard one of the boner phones. I'm I thought that was your the numbskulls kind of nickname for us.
That's our private chat. That's our group chat.
No, it's a dial boner phone now for secret chats, 50 cents an hour.
I'm gonna die soon anyway.
Back to the car, overwatching Jordan Springs, and the phone rings, and
Selena, just as Selena is reaching for Perez's ex, phone rings.
It's your phone.
It's my phone. All right. Morgan, talk to me.
Oh, it's bad.
it's real bad.
It's real bad.
You think you have it bad?
Yeah. It's pretty bad. Garrett's barely holding on. He's got the Ulee thing. It slapped him around a bit. But don't worry, I killed it.
Oh, shit. She puts it on speakerphone. Looks like we have other priorities, Perez.
Hello?
Hey, yo, the first plan didn't go down so well. We're gonna need some backup. Well, I'm gonna need some backup. I don't know if Garrett's gonna survive. I don't know how many years he's got left even. But,
So did the lights not work?
Oh, they worked, but the rest of the stuff didn't work. Garrett had a bit of a snafu. I don't know what the fuck happened. He just started
blame
shooting.
me. Blame the unconscious guy.
Oh, what are you arguing? He's arguing with me right now. He's
My
unconscious.
unconscious body is like one eye has slipped
can
open
feel
and is
you
glaring
judging.
accusingly at you.
You two are supposed to be the experienced combat agents.
Why do I fucking chase psychos? I don't defend headquarters from terrorists.
All right.
Garrett's starting to wake up, as he hears he's woken by this frantic phone call.
Dad? No.
Mommy?
Boy, Garrett boy, you're awake.
Boy, wake up, boy!
You feel weak and cold and hungry.
I fall off the armchair and land on the blanket in a pile. I start banging one of my big giant hands on the floor as if looking for a call button in a hospital.
Is that Morse code? Is Garrett trying to talk to us?
Let's listen for a while longer. Garrett, what's up? I'm here, don't worry.
Morgan, who's on the phone? What's status report?
It's the others. It's Madeline and Michael's.
Shit, you got it? You got the thing?
Oh yeah, sure. The thing's dead.
Nice. Okay, carry on.
Happened over there? What? Yeah, we need your help. There's 2 more of these things on the way. There's no chance I can take them by myself.
We think we found the place with the solutions, but we can't get in now.
I reckon that we could find some way in, but it is true that we do have more pressing issues right now.
We're gonna need the whole team if we want to even attempt this thing. This is a problem for tomorrow. Please, don't be angry with me.
Okay, I'm hanging up now.
Oh, hey. All right, we're on our way.
All right, you hang up the phone and you start looking up details for a flight. You can get there probably in the next 12 hours.
Yeah, even earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, no, 12 is good.
Back to the former Ulee residence. As Garrett is slowly coming to life, you're starting to feel a bit warmer. You are hungry.
Hungry for what?
Okay, I start demanding stuff as I lever myself up with a little end table onto not quite my feet, but at least an upright kneeling position. And I need you to go get my jacket. It's got my medication in it. Do we have any food? Jesus,
I think I still got some Bombay mix.
Fine. Jacket first, Bombay mix later.
Sure, what am I looking for?
It's my jacket. It's hanging on a peg somewhere.
But it's winter, you have 6 jackets.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I start hobbling towards the door and grab the sort of pill bottles out of my jacket pockets and start taking a bunch of painkillers and 2 weed gummies. Okay, that could have gone better, but...
Yeah, what the fuck happened back there?
Garrett just looks at you for a second, slowly chews one of his weed gummies, and then just collapses into one of the chairs. Hey, you seen a lot of combat in your career?
I've shot a few people. I've even had a few people shoot me, but I wouldn't call what I saw there a familiar experience.
Thing is, Morgan, I shot a lot of people. Mostly when they were not looking or asleep. That's sort of how we do things. Thing about the program, unnecessary risks aren't really encouraged. But, I was in the army, but, I only fired my gun 1 time in what you might call a battle. That guy didn't have a gun either, actually. Damn.
What did you have, like a bow and arrow? What?
Funny thing. I was younger than you. It was first Gulf War. They had 2 Gulf Wars. That was the first one. It was up in Kuwait. A bunch of French guys after the war were moving a bunch of antiques out. We got hold of it. It turns out when we cornered them, one of them just started singing, and everyone just fell down and started holding their heads. I just blew his head off immediately. They put me in jail. It's a war crime. And then all of a sudden, someone posts my bail, and all of a sudden, war crime is turned into a job interview. So I got started working for the program. Itchy trigger finger turned out to be quite useful then. Anyway, it's always been sort of a shoot first, ask questions later type of guy, I guess. It's not really been doing me a lot of favors lately. You wanna take point on the next one?
Do I wanna? No, not really. But I think I will.
Hey, you want the other 2? You want Michael's to be directing the next military operation? I don't care as long as it's not me.
Somewhere in the distance, Michaels turns around. looking quizzical at the air.
Sneezing.
Do you think that Boshears would share with Garrett now how he got into how he was recruited or why he was recruited, what happened to him? Because so our last operation, Boshears was largely unaware of a lot of the unnatural things that were going on. Like he saw that ghost of an old lady. Did you see the dark man at the end when the ritual was happening?
I don't
Yes.
know. Would I have seen that? I was too busy.
Yeah, you were the last one that was awake. I swung an axe at you.
I was too busy fucking brutally sacrificing that one guy.
Yeah.
For El Yarrow.
I imagine that took up most of his concentration because that would have fucked with his head.
But this shit was fucking front and center for you this time. You came right up against it, and you were very close to death. So, I mean, where's Boshears now?
Insanity.
No, like how
emotionally.
What is his sanity score?
60.
So he's pretty solid.
Compared to my
Your breakpoint 17.
I'm like a 22.
I mean, he's keeping it together, but like this is still some crazy shit that he's being seen.
And then Daddy Cop next to you just fucking admitted that he got in through an accident, basically.
So, I mean, things are starting to make sense here, Garrett. You shot a French fella, and they let you into the organization. And what? You shoot that cop? Who are you gonna shoot next? Me? You nearly shot Madeline.
Well, just put my gun somewhere over there. If you pass it to me, I'll know things have gotten really serious.
Look, I ain't gonna take your gun away, but
Garrett has another weed gummy.
maybe
He's
don't
just chilling
take it.
on the armchair.
Do they just look like gummy bears?
Totally, yeah.
it's sugar. That's what he needs right now.
Apart from physically, what's Garrett feeling now? I mean, he turned up as like the experienced Delta Green agent here to keep an eye on these younger or less experienced agents who had a, let's call it a perhaps not a traditional approach to solving their last operation, one which the higher-ups were concerned about the fallout of. So you were kind of sent in here as a protector, enforcer, and you've just come close to dying.
Yeah, I mean, his confidence has been shaken over the last couple of days. A number of the problems the team has faced have been entirely his fault. Yeah, I mean, right now he probably thinks the whole thing's a bit funny. It's a laugh or cry situation.
I think he's going to lose a D6 of willpower.
All right. Because, yeah, he's also lost, like, a lot of sanity. Like, a lot of things his sort of life has been built on have been really crumbling lately.
Yeah, and he had a temporary insanity
Yes.
episode, right? So, yeah.
Oh, that's just one. Thanks, weed gummies.
You got lucky.
Yeah, because some people just retirement isn't good for them. He'd been retired for 6 months and everything's just falling apart.
Wait, what did you do before you retired?
Oh, he was,
You went back to work for the DOD after you shot a Frenchman in cold blood?
no, he was a military policeman when he shot that cultist. And then he got to stay in the USA Criminal Investigation Department in the Army.
Okay.
And got promoted. He was a captain when he retired. But yeah, that, like,
Is it like internal affairs?
pretty much.
So what? Look, you've seen some shit. How long you been working with the organization?
About 30 years, all told.
Right. That's I can see why you act the way you do, why you want to shoot first, ask questions later. Let me tell you something, Garrett. Until just now, I ain't seen nothing like what you seen. Holy crap! When I was brought into the organization, I thought we were just dealing with a bunch of crazies, cultists. Call them whatever you want. I remember the job. It was this psycho back in fucking Brooklyn. Had this warehouse all tricked out to do all his dirty, fucked up, weird shit. You know, in his house, we found a collection of his victims' skulls. He tricked them out to look like goblets. I don't know if he sat there, he pissed in them, he drank from them. We found all sorts of bodily fluids in these skulls, man. I just thought we were dealing with fucked up people. I just watched a man disintegrate in front of my eyes. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. It's, When I was your age, they said, don't worry, it gets easier. It's a fucking lie. It never gets any easier. It just grinds you down and down. And listen, Morgan, what do you do when you love your country and you realize it doesn't love you back? It'll just drink you on up, just suck your blood right out. And he starts playing with some of the holes in his arm, just sort of distractedly. It's, well, I don't know, maybe you're, if you do really well and you do great and you do the operation, you work with a great team, you'll end up just like me. How does that sound?
I can think of worse fates.
You know, I used to have a great team. Glint and everybody. Oh, we were the dream team. Fucking miss those guys.
What are they doing now? Living happily ever after in some retirement village? I hope so.
Garrett doesn't say anything. He just stares out the window. Yes, I don't see much of him no more. But still, I'm the old hand. I'm here to look after all you young characters. Make sure you end up as big, strong program agents just like me. You want one of these? He takes another gummy out.
Sure. Been a while since I had a Haribo.
Yeah, my sister, she lives up in Colorado. She's a tattoo artist, if you believe it. She sends him to me. Good stuff. And usually keep him for the end of the operation, but nearly was the end of the operation, so eat up, boy.
Your sister, you say, tattoo artist?
That's right.
Hell of a family you got there.
Oh, you don't know that half of it. Yeah, he's in a chatty mood and has lost a lot of blood.
I imagine in the early hours of probably around 7 a.m., you might get a message from Madeline letting you know what their arrival time is. And it's in the late afternoon on Wednesday, October 11th. Mm. What's going on with Madeline and Michael's on the plane?
Selena is sitting next to the window and is tapping constantly on her tray. Like, she's very agitated and very twitchy.
Hey there. How's it going? You feeling a little calmer?
No, you're making me feel worse, always asking me if I feel calmer or not.
I'm sorry, it's just you were acting quite crazy early on.
Crazy? Really? Is that the only word you know?
I'm sorry, I'm not in the business. What's your business? I mean, I know you work for the FBI profile. I don't even know what that is.
Well, I mean, my background is in psychiatry.
Oh, okay.
But I was originally hired for the FBI as a profiler.
Oh, interesting. And if you don't say crazy, what word do you use?
Well, it depends what you're trying to describe, doesn't it?
An erratic episode.
And who are you describing right now?
Did you say erotic episode?
No, erratic. But thank you.
And who are you describing right now?
I mean, you were trying to rush into a compound with a bunch of armed soldiers on your own. How would you describe that? I was worried.
Worried, whatever. I mean, after the things that we've seen lately, I mean, do you think it's right that we can just leave that there? Like, just making more Ulee monsters for all we know?
I'm not saying that we should leave it behind. I'm just saying that, you know, we can't storm a military compound looking thing. I didn't really want to bring this up, but I feel like maybe how things went down last time have put a little bit of trust issues between us and probably with our third agent.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Michaels.
Well, I just mean I don't even remember it, you know. In all fairness, I don't. But apparently I did some pretty, you don't say crazy, but I don't know how else to explain it, crazy stuff last time.
Ah, I see. Selective memory, is it? Is that something that you've had all of your life, perhaps since your childhood?
No, that's only
What did your mother do to you?
my mother's a fine lady. You don't know.
Then it was your father then that must have caused you so much trauma in your childhood.
No. It was the house. From what I remember, or what I think I remember of the house, that really messed me up. And you know.
Projecting. I see.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I'm just trying to say that, you know, I'm trying to help and be of help to the group. I mean, we're currently fighting a monster whose only weakness seems to be sunlight, of all bizarre things. And it was created by the government, apparently, maybe, perhaps. And we're also part of the government.
Exactly.
And all I do is wield an axe around and run around in the forest, and somehow we're solving this thing. I'm running blindly most of the times. I don't think I have a job anymore, and things are pretty crazy, but I'm not running headfirst towards guns.
Sir, can I introduce you in some peanuts?
What the fuck? 2 beers, please. Do you want anything?
Wine.
2 beers and one of those, like...
No, not wine. Whiskey.
Oh, yeah, one of the bigger bottles, if you got them.
Okay. Could you try to keep it down a little bit? You're frightening the other customers.
I look around and just see like glances kind of looking away, like...
I just glare at the stewardess. Twitchy-eyed.
Can we get some of those salty peanuts while we're at it as well? That'd be all right.
We only have dry roasted.
And then I slam my tray like, God damn it! This is the worst birthday ever!
It's your birthday?
Chugs the whiskey.
I guess, happy birthday are in order. I quickly grab the phone and write down in the Boner text group, by the way, it's Agent Madeline's birthday.
Was it really? Because I just looked here and it's like 2 weeks until Garrett's birthday.
You know, she's going to get that message. She's in the group.
Yeah, I know. It's even better. It's like, and then I'm like, oh shit, and then I try to delete it.
You're not supposed to use your phone on a plane, sir.
It's on flight mode.
You sent a message to the person that you were talking about.
It's on the airplane's Wi-Fi.
I'm sorry, but I also heard you say boner group.
Oh, I did.
He definitely said boner group.
Yeah, that's what the chat's called.
It's now the official group name.
If we all survive this, can the last scene be your birthday party?
If we survive. I mean,
Fantastic.
I'm going crazy at this point.
I don't know why you'd invite us to your birthday party.
No,
Presumably your
it'd be
character
me
has
and the
actual
cats.
friends.
No, it's just me and the cats, and that's it.
What, not even your nephew?
No, he's a little shithead at the moment.
He's in the doghouse, yeah.
So back in Mill Creek, Garrett's had some time to rest, get some food in. Maybe Boshears went to a McDonald's for him.
I went to Shake Shack.
Nice.
And now Garrett spends the next few hours going through these files that he received from his DOD contact.
Yeah, Felicia. There we go. Okay, yeah, so you will be seeing Garrett with his like big bifocals on, just sort of eating fries on the sofa and getting like grease all over these redacted documents.
Oh, I was imagining with those little half moon like kitty glasses.
Yeah, like so those little like old man glasses that just reading, you know. Like Homer Simpson at bedtime when he's looking at the bills type of thing.
What do you got there?
It's awfully interesting bit of bedtime reading, Morgan. Yeah, and I guess I would sort of fill you in on the DOD report. Do you remember what was on it? Should I summarize?
Can you summarize again?
It's a communication from the Office of Naval Intelligence to the Bureau of Intelligence and Research. Tybalt Greaves, our corpse, was director of non-human pathology. He worked for this guy Justin Croft, who we saw was attached to, what was it, the Silverman? Who was Justin Croft attached to? Anyway.
Justin Croft's details were found in the offices of Silverman and Marcus Silverman and Green. That's how you got to the Jordan Springs storage facility.
Project Core was established in 1986 with a focus on utilizing non-human something detailed in something called the Cookbook.
Non-human pathology.
non-human pathology in something called the Cookbook, which seemed to be microbiological research, animal experimentation, and with a focus of human experimentation in pioneering fringe science applications, seemingly medical, leveraging non-human anatomy, specifically alien biology, to create a specialized cadre of enhanced soldiers. That's what Project Bounce was. The objective to integrate extraterrestrial genetic advantages to human subjects to bolster their resistance to radiation, chemical toxins, biological agents. Justin Croft again mentioned in connection with that as one of the primary beneficiaries of these enhancements. So Justin Croft was taking something, presumably as he wasn't a guinea pig, he was getting something out of this for himself. Let me see. Then after that, Project Core was exploring other potentials within this cookbook. Croft directed the focus towards human experimentation to yield practical applications, including disease organisms personalized for individuals. Notably, Core's research has been discreetly integrated into broader public scientific advancements. A lot of fragmentary documents providing a lot of very helpful context to what we've been looking at the moment.
I think you'd probably find in there enough information to kind of assume that Greaves's patent that made him all his money must have come from this research.
Yes, that would make sense. Also, do I know what the cookbook is in character? 'Cause I think I know out of character.
You don't know exactly what it is. You've heard of it. You know that it's got
It's bad
something
news.
to do with Majestic.
Right, yeah.
And you've heard tell of... Let's see. You've been in Delta Green since the 90s. You've heard of the cookbook. You don't know what it is. You've heard it mentioned in relation to Majestic and something called the Accord. Mm-hmm. But you know that's some kind of conspiracy. You know it's bad news.
Yeah, it's a valuable asset which the opposition have.
Yeah, you don't know the truth of the conspiracy, which is in fact a lie, and you don't know the truth of that either.
All right.
It's lies within lies, people.
Okay, yeah, so Garrett is trying to explain this to you and, dropping a lot of stuff. Well, I don't know what that is, but the thing about this thing is that guy was doing that, and I remember him, we were talking about. He's, if he had a big board with red string on it, it would be appearing behind him. But given what we've experienced so far, it's making a certain amount of sense as to why there's a messed up blue guy with the DNA of what was he, an army guy?
Yeah.
Some kind of super
Air
soldier.
Air Force.
With alien DNA. So what? All those crazies talking about Area 51. It's all true, huh?
I think that's kind of the start of it, but also don't think too hard about it. Short answer, yes.
I need to renew my subscription to Phenomenex.
Yeah, I love their stuff. Haven't checked the YouTube page recently.
We're not aware of your thing,
You
are we?
would definitely recognize the person on their front page. As you guys are arriving in Billings and you turn your phone back on after getting off the plane, you...
I get a message about it being my birthday today.
You get a... Who knew that you contacted Don Pepperoni?
Listen, strict adherence to canon, I'm pretty sure it was Don Salami.
I have pepperoni written down here. Was it salami?
I really can't remember.
I wrote Don Pepperoni.
Don Salami has been bouncing around the inside of my head for the past several weeks.
Well-
Did we write down anything on the rival, Maria Nara?
We'll do it in pickups if we get it wrong.
All right.
Editor Jan here. It was indeed salami, and we could not fix it well in post.
How did you know Don Pepperoni?
I think I didn't think about this yet. I think that I ended up clearing the name of some of the goons that work for him. They were set up to take the fall for a rival boss. But with the profiling that I did, I proved that that it couldn't have been one of his goons. And that's how he then contacted me, and he's like, I'm glad that you're keeping an eye out for my boys. And I'm like, well, that's not quite what I was doing. But yeah, I know. And he's like, yeah, well, if you need something.
What's the name of a friend who would know about your connection to Don Pepperoni? Someone at the agency.
Probably my mentor, the FBI mentor. That's one of my bonds.
What's their name?
Didn't decide that yet. What would you?
It's a good time to decide it now.
I was going to say, any suggestions for my FBI mentor? Probably in their mid to late 50s, male, old school profiler from like when profiling was first taking off. It was like in the 50s and the 60s. Has spent time with a lot of serial killers and was originally her teacher when she started psychiatry, but then when she moved to the FBI, he was like her main mentor. Grizzled, but definitely more of an academic than a field agent kind of guy. Definitely trying to be on the up and up, and cares very much about medicine and being progressive in the way that psychiatry is done. He's very stalwart in like pushing for progressive and following new profiling techniques and methods of psychiatry in like criminology practice.
Okay, you got a message from him. His name is Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Monty.
Dr. Monty Kingston.
There we go.
There we go. Let me write that down.
You have a message from Dr. Monty Kingston. It says simply, Don Pepperoni is dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's so funny.
Not Don Pepperoni.
Oh, shit.
Do you respond?
He had a family, you monster.
He did the best calzone.
My worry would be if they know, if whoever killed Don Pepperoni, salami, the Don, that my mentor might also be in jeopardy. Would that be a safe thing to assume?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
Well, he's probably only dead because you saw that he was followed.
You've made orphans of all the little pepperoninos.
Yeah. While you're deciding whether or not to respond to him, he forwards a news report from a local Washington paper with the details. Don Pepperoni, a notorious gangland crime boss, found dead in a suspected professional hit.
Sorry, every time you said Don Pepperoni.
Is there something amusing about his name? Don Pepperoni?
I'm such a shit improviser. Don Pepperoni. Sorry. Tell me again about this tragedy.
And there is, there's a quote from his wife. My Don, he dead.
They've written in the accent.
There's a little emoji.
It's like the SIC at the SIC at the end.
It's got the emojis of the fingers.
Yeah.
We could do a callback to the first season that Don Pepperoni was found marinating in his own ragu.
That was a great line, man.
So the crux of it is, though, that he has been killed in a seemingly professional hit in his bed at home. His wife woke up to find him dead beside her, and his children were in the house as well, but no one saw or heard anything.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
How
did he contact you?
Good question.
Probably on his phone, right?
No, on his on the Canon string that we have between our apartments.
His mobile, his cell phone.
Yeah, his cell phone.
Yeah, some of his personal effects were stolen, but otherwise, no motive for the killing has been discovered. Though it's presumed that it's a gangland killing.
So basically, what you're saying is his phone's been taken. That probably has my contact on it.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I I write back to my mentor and I say, shit, don't look for me. There's trouble. Be alert, be safe, and keep Ryan safe. And then I turn to Michael's. Oh, actually, we just got off the plane, so you won't have an X.
Hang on just a second. Give me a sound roll.
Oh, you fucking kidding?
Was Don Pepperami one of your bonds?
No.
I mean, now it's all of us who are facing professional or personal consequences that we have to outrun by the time all this is over. Because you're going to get whacked.
That is
97. Nice.
I'm not going to make it to the end of this adventure, man.
So it's a D8 is the usual sand roll for getting an innocent killed, but he wasn't exactly innocent, so I'll make it a D4.
1.
So what was it for killing an innocent?
D10.
You took D10 from smothering that dude?
That makes sense, yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm currently
Fucking
sitting
hell.
pretty on 29.
If only you'd read the thing first.
If only. That's just mean.
I'm probably going to get rid of my phone.
It's not a burner phone that I had the number for, though, is it? It's your...
No, I probably...
You're down as Galena Sudmill.
I mean, that's the thing. Would I have actually given
good
a
name.
crime boss my actual number? Or not?
Maybe
or
he
would
just
I
got it.
also that? Well, I'm going to check my phone anyway.
But the last phone call he made was almost certainly the call to you.
I'm going to get rid of my phone.
Probably not
Before
gonna
you do, there's a text on your phone which is happy birthday from Garrett. It's got a bunch of like party hat emojis.
Michaels also gets a series of messages as he turns on his phone again after getting off the plane.
Yeah.
Your phone's kind of blowing up with
Right.
messages from fellow firefighters asking what the fuck happened. Where are you? What's going on? Various variations on a number of variations on the theme, but generally, what the fuck is going on with you? Why aren't you calling anyone? How are you going to respond to this? Are you going to actually answer them, or you just put it away and hope for the best?
You know, I think I sit with it in a moment, and it just kind of like hits Eric Perez like really, really in the heart, because these are, for better or worse, what he considers his brothers. You know, like these are the people that he leans on when things get rough, and you know. You're the only person that's going to make sure you survive is the person next to you. So this is hitting him a little hard, and he hasn't really had a time to stop and process this.
And I'm going to ask you to make a sound roll too.
And then he texts, LOL. No, then I think he's just going to text, I can't talk. I'm alive. We'll get in touch at some point.
Yeah. A lot of them are like,
What the fuck?
did you quit? Did they fire you? What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
So
And-
you can assume your job is probably gone.
Oh, it's gone.
So give me a sound roll.
But also, I think that non-platitude of an answer is probably going to piss them off more than anything else, and he knows it. But at least it's like, look, I'm here. I can't. You know?
Yeah.
Let's go. 17.
It's a pass.
That's a flying pass.
All right, so you guys are in Billings. These guys are in Billings. You're getting closer.
I want on the way to go to like some like combat clothing store or DIY store, whatever, to get some kind of armored jumpsuits. I'll put on a jumpsuit, put some armor or like just like knee pads and arm pads on it, that I can then stick those snap activated lights.
You could go to like an Army Navy store
Yeah.
and get like some flight suits.
Yeah.
And go to a sports supplies store and get like shoulder pads and shit for American football.
I want American football helmet as
Yeah.
well. Put a bunch of lights for that. Yeah.
Making
and
up
a
your
bunch
Ulee
of
suits.
and a bunch of gaffer tape.
Okay.
And I would text the boner group to tell you to pick up some Popeyes on the way, because Garrett is fucking ravenous.
Do you wish her a happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
Michaels!
I'm gonna go buy an axe and some hatchets. Never mind that.
You have time to go to the shop, so we'll assume you get whatever you want.
Yeah, while they're acquiring useful stuff, I'm acquiring depression.
Excellent.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm going for.
So let's say you've bought all the stuff that you want, and you pull up outside the former Ulee residence. The neighborhood is very quiet. You don't see any other cars on the street. It's kind of late afternoon at this point. So the sun is going down. It's starting to get dark, and there are no lights on in the house. You can't see any sign of Garrett and Morgan at the moment, and you have a moment to sit in the car and contemplate what might come next, because once you open this door and you go into that house, there's no turning back.
So Selena's cooled off a little bit, and she kind of stops for a moment and then glances to Michaels and says, "So you really don't remember?"
Remember what? No. Bits and pieces. I remember coming up to the house the first time. If I stop and think about it, it seems to come back to me, and then it's not comfortable. And almost as quickly as it came back to me, if I stop trying to think about it, it goes away again.
If you focus on it and try hard to remember, you can see a dark man.
Oh, nice.
He's tall, pitch black. It's like he is made of the absence of light.
Yeah.
And he's looming over you, but that's all. You don't. What's your willpower at?
10.
You feel too afraid to try to remember anymore. You could try to.
No.
You'd back off.
Yeah, no, I've spent the summer taking a lot of psychedelic drugs and partying out and just trying to recenter myself, and I haven't since. I do remember saying that you stole the bowl and the knife, though. Not exactly my proudest moment. I just thought that was the logical thing at the time, and
Do you remember why you did that?
I don't. I don't remember. I don't remember swinging an axe either.
You gaslit me.
I
do not appreciate that, and you're right. It does make it hard to trust. And the worst thing is, I'm sitting here realizing that I may be the only one who saw the Dark Man, and that does make me question my own memory of that time, which is my gaslighting myself.
This probably doesn't help much, but it was beyond me. Whatever was that house, it had a control on me.
Well, I'll tell you something, Michaels.
Yes.
Do something like that again, and I will fucking kill you. And she gets out of the car.
Nice. As you...
Oh, I'm going to wait in the car for a minute.
As you sit there in the aftermath of Age of Madeline,
decimated.
The dark face comes back to you again.
Oh, in the what do you call it? In the rearview mirror. Of course.
It's now that you've managed to reveal that memory.
Yeah.
Even though you're afraid of exploring it, it's like a blister in your mouth, and you just keep tonguing it.
Selena
it's been there all summer.
It's like you can't get away from it.
It's been there all summer, and it. I don't have memory of it, but like you said, if I really start to think, it's the most uncomfortable thing ever.
So Selena, after getting out of the car, takes a quick breath, centers herself, and heads up towards the door. I do a knock, but like a weird knock, so it's like it's not. Yeah, something like that. So they can tell it's like a sentient human on the other side.
Right, okay.
And I pause just for a moment.
I mean, I'm on the sofa. You're getting that.
Ugh.
Morgan.
Garrett, get the door.
Oh, for fuck's sake. With the blanket draped around my shoulders, I stumble towards the front door. You see an incredibly haggard Garrett wearing a blanket like a cape.
Madeline,
you
what
see
does
an
Madeline
incredibly
look like?
haggard Madeline.
Yeah, how does she look at this point?
I think she's got her jumpsuit on and she's got several more over her arm. I think she looks quite haggard. Like, she's been on the plane, she hasn't slept. She found out that Don Salami or Don Pepperoni is dead. She's got someone dead and she's traumatized his family. She may have just caused a new gang war in back home. She looks very twitchy. She's got dark sunken eyes and her hair is very much in disarray. As she sees Garrett, I don't think it really even registers. She just instantly shoves the jumpsuits into his hand and is like, put this on, we don't have time.
I tell you what we don't have time for. I got one very important question. Did you get Popeyes?
Oh, I'm in the car. And I probably come out of the car holding the 2 bags of Popeyes.
That's my man right there. Come on, get in here. He starts stumbling back into the house holding the jumpsuits under one arm.
I, chop liver?
You're all back together for the first time since October 5th?
Yep, before I
It's
left.
now October 11th. And it's early evening, October 11th. It's Wednesday.
Hey, Michael's Madeline, you look like shit. Should we get to work?
Good to see you too, Morgan.
Yeah.
Throw a jumpsuit.
The
What
smell
are we,
of
the
the Popeyes is
Ghostbusters?
driving you insane. You need to eat it right now.
Yeah, like I am, like, you know, sort of nodding, smiling, going, but yeah.
Has
great.
he got the munchies or is he turning into a monster?
Garrett hasn't eaten a carb since the Bush administration, and now has for the first time. He had some fries yesterday, and now, like, all bets are off. So yeah, I'm just gonna come up to Michael's without even looking him in the eye and just start sort of putting my fingers on the bags, trying to gently prise your fingers off it.
Okay, well, one of them's mine.
Yeah, cool. This one's mine, right? Yeah, and he just retreats to his armchair, puts the blanket back over himself. He's like, yeah, great, good to be back together.
Madeline is like looking around, looking at the setup for the lights and stuff whilst asking, like, can you give us a rundown on what happened?
It came through the door. Garrett lost his shit, started shooting. He started blasting.
Luckily, he had his silenced pistol.
That we definitely knew at the time. Then we turned on the lights, and bada bing, bada boom.
So you're right. The lights work great. Good job, you two.
She kind of looks kind of proud just for a glinting second, like, yes, I was right, but then gets back serious. And so if the lights worked, how did Garrett end up like this?
Morgan had to get to the switch in the basement. I had to hold it. There was a choice made in the moment. Look, the important thing is don't let it touch you. The coveralls are a good idea.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Why was the switch in the basement?
Well, that's where the break is.
That's where
It's
the
totally logical.
I feel like there's a very, very big gaping hole in this plan.
No. Nobody talked me out of this last time. You don't get to do that.
My point being that maybe the same scenario won't be great. Maybe we shouldn't have a repeat of last time.
Well, here's the thing. We were supposed to be in the basement waiting for it to come in on these cameras that we definitely mentioned last time. You see? But we decided to go up and make a phone call at the worst moment. And then it caught us unawares.
Now Selena is like throwing like suspicious like glare looks at Garrett whilst talking to Morgan and like, okay, so what's the plan now? Same plan,
Sure.
but from the basement? Are we sure?
We got more manpower. We can spread out a little bit.
Do we have more lights?
Yes, we bought more lights.
Great. Let's set up more lights. And these suits, you can activate these as soon as you need to, just by flexing your arms and crunching the lights.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad you're here. Now we can be the fucking Ghostbusters again.
I can see you've been busy.
Don't cross the streams.
I can see you've been busy too, Garrett.
Garrett throws up a nugget and catches it in his mouth. Shrugs.
Yes, Mr. Military Man.
That's right.
Was this all your devising?
Are you thanking me for my service?
I'm thinking that me with my broken arm could have probably have done a better job.
Well,
And you call yourself an army veteran?
You can take point next time. That's cool.
She's squinting her eyes at him.
Madelaine's coming in hot.
Would she like to try and determine where he's coming from right now? Try and analyze his mental state?
Go on, if we're done stroking each other's egos, let's get to work, huh?
I mean, she can definitely tell that this is not Garrett that she's being used to.
Things are a little bit different for him, yes.
Yes. So, like, on the one hand, she was squinty of being like, this is not the actions of a proper, like, military man. But now she's squinting because she's like, is this dude high?
I don't know if he still would be, but, because he doesn't have, like, a whole bunch of the gummies with him. But he's like, well, I mean, he's a bit checked out, you might say. Anya seems a lot more interested in eating and sitting than in anything else. Looks kind of older, to be honest. He always had, like, this sort of super upright kind of carriage where he's almost, like, just trying to take up as much space as possible. And now sort of slumped in an armchair, he just looks like sort of like an old guy wearing a t-shirt with grease stains on it.
This depression is too real.
Madeline doesn't want to die, so she's gonna maybe revisit this later if she gets a chance.
Can I have a look at the backyard?
Yes, you can.
All right.
Something about that town says we should have tried this a few days ago.
I'm gonna say we just get him anywhere where there's at least grass under his
Oh, yeah. But also, I did do that at the start of this game, and Fabio made me pay for it, so I'm not making that mistake again.
Should we just have Paras, like, in a tent outside where he feels at home?
Must commune with the earth.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you see the busted up door and it's covered over in plastic. But in the garden, on the lawn, the front lawn, you find some some fucked up shaped footprints.
Okay.
The dirt was kind of damp. I mean, it's October, so the footprints are still there, and they are like there are similarities to the tracks that you were following in the forest.
Excellent.
Though this seems significantly smaller.
Oh. Smaller.
Yeah.
That's funny, because I would have thought the one in the forest would be the first one that got here. Oh, shit.
So, yeah, whenever the one you were tracking arrives, it's definitely going to be bigger than whatever they dealt with.
Oh, but I don't know that, but I think I know that. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to be like, guys, I think I have some really bad news.
Oh, that'll make a change. What's up?
I thought the one I was tracking in the forest was ahead of the others. And I've just had a look at the tracks in the back. And the tracks in the back are smaller. So, whatever you guys fought last night, there's at least one that's roughly 1.5 times bigger. Coming.
Well, that's just fucking fantastic.
Garrett absorbs that for a second, and probably a good time to mention I did rig the place to blow if we needed to.
Yeah,
there's a couple of incendiary devices downstairs, upstairs, so we got a panic button, but
In
hey.
my vest.
Garrett, there is absolutely no evidence to prove that explosives will take care of one of these things.
Hey, if you've got a better idea, I would love to hear it.
Well, we can start by adding a lot more lights in here.
Exploded houses don't hold evidence. Very important. Very
That
important
is
forensic
fine.
agent lesson for all of you. The class is in session, kids.
Are you drunk?
Hey, I'm just chilling, Morgan.
the Popeyes that come with a couple beers.
So, I mean, the next few hours are probably going to be spent planning what you're going to do. You've just revealed to them that what you're expecting is probably going to be bigger than what they
fought already.
encountered already. So shall we do some planning on this for you guys to figure things out? Though I imagine, given Garrett's headspace at the moment,
I have thoughts Garrett doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Or would he be giving them like just bits of knowledge about this is what you're doing wrong? Like he
Like he has no desire to direct any of this, but will absolutely hang around chiming in like Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah.
And if someone asks him a question, he'll answer it.
Just shit like, you never trust anyone, you never tell anyone your fucking name. You gotta be anonymous. No one knows you.
Yeah, see this idea I got? It says Hans Mittelscharf, German-American electrician. That's who you're dealing with.
That name's probably maybe a good opportunity for Bo Shears to out that he is a fluent German speaker.
Yeah.
And that might be
Nice.
interesting news for
So Madeline.
Yeah, I think Morgan laughs at the name because that's fucking
Well,
ridiculous.
it says, are you a mustard?
Yeah, well, who the fuck came up with that one?
You've probably got like 6 or 7 different identities in that wallet after all
Yeah.
these years.
Most of them kind of old, yeah.
Yeah.
So Selena hears Boshears laugh at that. Like, what? Do you speak German?
My mother's German, of course.
There's a little
I don't sound German to you?
there's a little twinkle in Selena's eye.
Her eyes turn into little spell books.
And then she yes, to visit later.
Did Garrett see the title of the book?
Oh, probably, yeah, because I took it off you and we were arguing
Yeah.
about it. So, yeah. Okay. Now, he's not a smart man, but should I roll intelligence?
Yeah, give it an intelligence roll, see if he
Okay, I
puts
got
2 and 2 together.
45. Oh, fail.
Okay, not quite yet.
Just chilling.
All right. You've all got a map in front of you. Mm-hmm. Come up with a plan, and then I will tear it apart and kill your characters.
At this point in the session, we spent about 45 minutes coming up with a plan and drawing it out on a map, which we cut for time. It basically consisted of blacking out the windows of the Ulee house with black bin liners and setting up lights on stands in the corner of each room downstairs to fill as much of the house with light as possible.
The first night that you're together, most of it's taken up with preparing the house, making your protective suits. At some point, Madeline and Michael's managed to grab some sleep. The sun rises. People on the street are going to work. You guys are hungry.
Yeah.
The day passes. You probably,
Sleep during the day a lot.
I mean, these are some people who are kind of at the end of their tether already. At least 2 who are
It smells terrible. in the
raw
basement.
nerves, basically. How do you think a full day cooped up in this house, which has now been turned into kind of a fortress, how do you think this affects them, and how are they getting on?
I'm gonna go get some White Castle.
Oh, yeah, I think us two are working between each other to keep these 2 apart.
Yeah, okay.
I think the slightest thing is going to set Selena off.
Is this a good time for me to just lean over to Agent Morgan and be like, what's up with the sexual tension between Madeline and Garrett?
Damn, we've
'Cause,
been rumbled. We were so careful.
You can cut the tension with butter knife, you know.
Garrett continues to be depressed. If someone doesn't give him a job to do, he's just sort of sitting there looking at his phone.
So Michaels and Morgan head off to White Castle. And whilst they're gone, Selena comes downstairs and sees Garrett in the living room. What does Garrett look like right now?
He's on the sofa. He's wearing a robe. He's run out of weed gummies. He's looking forward to his cohorts coming back with some snacks. He's sort of looking at the ceiling.
Does he have a White Russian?
He wishes he had a White Russian. No, he just has a bad attitude.
Selena looks at him for a moment and walks over and sits in an armchair across from him and is just kind of eyeing him for a while. Does he notice she's there?
Oh yeah. Doesn't look at her. What's up, Maddie?
You see, I'm not 100% quite sure, Garrett.
What? Not sure you're up to it? Having cold feet?
Oh, I would think that that's more my line than yours. She kind of reclines back in the chair a little bit and is like, so Mr. Agency veteran, war zone vet, and military careersman.
You gonna dance around all day, or you got something to say?
Since we met you, I haven't seen any of that coming into play. I saw you panic, and I saw you fuck up many, many times. Now, not to say that I myself haven't fucked up, but I'm not the one going around pretending to be someone I'm not. This is far from what I'd be expecting from someone with experience like yours.
You planning on leaving me a 1-star review? I'm sorry I didn't measure up to your exacting standards. I can see you're a woman of class and distinction. He's still just looking at the ceiling.
She stands up at this point and, like, strides over to him and standing next to the sofa, and she's like, I know this goes deeper than just the agency. There's more at play here, and I don't like being played.
You catch on quick.
She puts a knee down onto the sofa, somewhere where Garrett is bleeding from. Where is Garrett bleeding from?
Probably his arm.
She puts her knee down onto his arm and she's like, you're working for them, aren't you?
See, if Garrett was less depressed, this would be Krav Maga time. And I'm not sure that would end well for anyone. Just gonna bite his lip and say, you know who I work for. Same people you do, right? The good guys.
Do you, Garrett? Do you?
Okay, he stands up. Does that, knock you onto the floor?
Well, I think that we would have to roll for that.
All right.
Fucking do an opposed strength roll.
Does he get any penalties for the situation?
Yeah, I was just about to say you're going to take a minus 20 for Garrett because he's lying down and she's already got his arm pinned. He just can't let her do it.
What do I have to roll?
You just need to roll under your strength.
Probably never going to happen.
It's strength by 5, so it's the big number on your sheet.
At this moment,
Yes, it's 25.
at this very moment, the camera cuts to Michael's and Morgan at White Castle. 6 or 8 cheeseburgers.
With the sliders, right?
Well, yeah. Oh, shit, we better get
two number 6s.
2 number 6s, extra fries.
What you get?
It's a 37.
Versus a 12.
He beats you quite easily.
Yeah, Madeline's quite like a large woman, sort of tallish. So he doesn't quite pick her up, but he maneuvers her gently against one of the walls and steps back away from her. We really don't have time for this kind of thing. You know, I was going to apologize to you, because I thought I was getting a little crazy the other day with that book and everything. Now I'm not so sure.
You thought you were getting a little bit crazy? I'll tell you, Garrett, I know you were.
Yeah? What was your interest in it, by the way? You seemed awfully keen to just look through some random text, see if you could find something fascinating, and I thought you were meant to be the smart one.
What's your interest in it, Garrett?
My interest is my job is to destroy things like that, as well you would know.
I think you're trying to acquire it for whoever it is that you work for. You also with the Russians?
Okay, Garrett's seen paranoia before, and he's not what you'd call good with people, but he is actually going to try and put you at your ease. See if that works. Listen, this is all going to be over soon. You don't have to see me again. I don't care if you like me. I would understand if you didn't. But you gotta understand that for now, my interests and your interests are aligned. As long as I know that you're not a threat to humanity or the interests of the US government, that's fine, we can get along. We can all survive, get through this, go back to not even thinking about each other. Sound good?
From what I've seen from your actions, I'm not sure I can even trust you to make it out alive yourself, never mind me. From what I've seen, Garrett, you're no more experienced than the rest of us.
Well, understood. I could do better. Next time there's something popping off, you can go out first. I'll watch and learn.
She looks at his smug face, her eyebrow twitches, and she pulls out her gun. And how tall is Garrett?
6'3".
Okay, well she's 5'9", so I think she just points it right at his chest and she's like, tell me, who do you work for? You're working for them.
I roll unarmed to disarm her.
Yeah.
Wait, do I have to roll anything for that?
Yeah, you have to roll unarmed combat.
Oh.
That's an 11.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, nice, I failed.
Oh, wow. That was a crit pass, though, so...
Ooh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, if
It's a double.
what's your
Double.
It was 11.
Yeah.
It's a double, it's a crit. So describe how you do not get disarmed by Garrett.
I think he goes to grab her arm, and at that point she kind of steps forward and takes his leg out from under him. I don't think she would have been able to achieve this if he was not high as fuck right now. but I think she knocks the foot out from under him to put him down, maybe into the chair, one of the armchairs. So he falls into the chair, and she kind of gets up on the arms of the chair and points the gun
Are they going to make out?
at his head.
Oh, no, okay.
And I think that's the point where Michaels and
you just
Morgan
cut
come
to,
through the door.
Oh no, I'd love it if you just cut to us and it's like, oh shit.
They're out of chili cheese fries.
And I forgot the sodas. Oh, we gotta go back.
You ready to pull that trigger, Maddie?
Yeah, of course I am.
We can find out if you're ready to pull it. Mm-hmm. You need to fail an empathy test. Okay, so you've got the gun pointed at him. He asks you if you're ready to do it. Now, this doesn't mean that you do it. This decides whether you can or not. SAN roll. If you pass the SAN roll, you cannot do it. Oh, you are ready to shoot him.
Yeah, I'm a danger to you, clear and present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She gives him the squinty eye. The gun is like right in the front of her head. She's like, I should never have trusted you from the beginning. But then, like, she just moves it to the side and puts a bullet in the cushion.
Right, so I'm deaf in one ear now.
Yes, and
So are you.
with a silencer,
Yeah.
and she pistol whips him.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
She's paranoid and mad as fuck.
Coming in hot. All right. Give him a...
Anytime, boys. Anytime you want to walk in.
Do you just take it or do you fight back?
I have depression. I deserve this.
Oh, I spilled all the
okay, so you
sodas.
take it. So,
Oh god, we gotta go back. I want to shake as well.
you automatically hit then. Just roll a d4.
This is not how I was quite expecting this
I'm
to
so
be.
excited for this.
So you are playing out your paranoia, because I was wondering what was going on. I was wondering if I missed something.
I'm playing out my paranoia.
Okay.
That's a 2.
2 damage?
As you take a crack to the head.
Okay, down to 3 hit points.
Lovely.
Pass me your pencil, please.
What would actually take for her to like subside her paranoia in this moment?
I think probably when if she cracks him in the face and she sees blood, I think for a moment she kind of realizes, yeah, but this guy is also high as fuck right now.
And
I mean, he's coming down, hence the depression. He spits out a fragment of tooth onto the floor and doesn't look at you.
And it's that look of like not meeting my eye that kind of gives me a feeling of like a pang of like, should I have done that?
He looks old.
So basically,
Old and sad.
so basically, you just telling me that I'm now like doing elder abuse.
Yeah?
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I-
and you failed that SAN roll, so I'm going to give you d4 SAN damage for doing that.
Ah, come on.
For violence against someone who's not fighting back, absolutely.
Oh, he did fight back.
Briefly.
No, but the SAN loss is not just for hitting him. It's because she came to the realization that she could kill a person right there and then.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
So that's 3.
Yeah, and that's against violence. If you haven't passed the breaking point, then you put a mark
Didn't
against
pass my
your
breaking
adaptation to violence. Excellent. Okay. Fuck.
You know, Morgan,
What?
I don't really remember all the stuff that happened.
Where are you guys right now?
Oh, we're now in the car back with it, like just filled with food.
Okay.
It just feels like I'm apologizing to everyone this week, and you know, I don't remember swinging that axe at you.
Do you remember where you got that scar on your leg from?
Yeah, I woke up after you shot me.
Oh,
and
okay.
it feels like.
So there's no talking my way out of that one, huh?
No. It's the other way around, man. I'm sorry I swung that axe, but also thanks because you probably saved me. I don't know if a lot of the people you've shot in the past thank you for shooting them, but yeah, man, thanks.
Nah, this is a first for me.
Yeah. Did you dip your fries in the shake, by the way, or is that just me?
Let's keep driving.
Like it got a little too awkward, so I had to move it.
I think in the moment you asked that, he's like, how long before I am hunting this guy?
Right.
Dipping chips in milkshake.
This
is a sick individual.
Just shot him in the head. Clearly.
Yeah, you're being profiled right now.
Yeah.
And I want to say that they arrive back just as Selena is raising her arm to pistol whip Garrett.
You walk in to find Madeline walking away from Garrett, who's sitting on the couch with a bloody face.
I mean, you guys, I know you guys are hungry, but
what's your alertness?
it's crazy high.
You see that Madeline has a gun in her hand.
Yeah, it's 74. Did you guys...
Does Garrett look dead?
You know, he looks like someone who's been hit in the face with a hard object.
I know what I do. I'm like, fuck, think fast. And I grab 2 burgers and I literally just hand them out to each other. It's like a, It's like,
Smells great. Nice. Yeah.
clearly you guys are hungry and you guys need to settle down.
And just for the listeners, by the way, Charles is currently reaching out 2
Brandishing.
hands that look like they're holding 2 guns. Like loosely holding 2 guns.
I did not mean to do that, but yes.
These buns are
hot.
extra. They're hot, but they're also extra absorbent, so you can dab up that wound.
Oh yeah, like Garrett starts eating a burger as like blood from his face slowly stains the bun. It looks like ketchup.
Well, no, let me roll a quick first aid on you and
Yes,
clean
please
it up.
do.
What's your first aid? Is it good?
50.
50. Ho!
That's a pass.
You know, Michaels, the FBI's got some pretty good shrinks on hand if you want to ever talk to anybody about that memory loss of yours.
Cut to Selena in the kitchen,
What did you roll?
chain smoking.
12.
That
it's
is
12. It's
a
almost great.
pass. Take a D4 healing.
Well, that's 4.
Yes, so
Excellent.
I've
Fit
healed
as a
you
fiddle.
better than the wound. Yeah. And as I'm doing this, I'm probably like, listen, Agent Garrett, you're gonna have to forgive Madeline. She's been on edge these past few days.
Is she like that a lot?
Oh yeah, she's a real loose cannon.
But you're there with me. That's awesome.
From the kitchen, you can hear Selena say, "I can hear you."
I wouldn't say that.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, fair enough. So, something about your accent, I never get when you're being sarcastic. My point is...
From the German side of my family.
My point is, she's a good cat. Oh, pun intended, most days.
You're saying this as you're putting a stitch in his brow.
Yeah, exactly. Or like on his lip as well, like one of those plastic sticks. Yeah. I'm sure when push comes to shove and the time is there, she's gonna be good.
When push comes to shove, make sure she's somewhere behind you, not somewhere behind me.
Well, yeah. Big back. I get it. No worries. I got you. I'm real appreciative, by the way, for the help you gave me at the start of all this.
I do my best.
Yeah,
The benefit of long experience.
Yeah, it helped me get my tracks back on. So, cheers.
No, well, you did well out there by yourself. It's not easy to work unsupported.
Oh no, I had support. Still,
Ready to put a cap on all this thing?
I'm more of the axe wielding guy to the pistol guy, but yes, I get your meaning.
I want to ask a question. What's going through Garrett's mind upon hearing that Michaels was being helped by someone?
I was gonna say, can we also like have a cut to Ranger Henderson and what's going on? Like,
Yeah, like
is he like completely
He
just
eats
in like
one
a
fry, a second fry, third fry, like avoiding the stitches. Wait, what?
Good
You meet up
ranger.
with another cell or something?
Wait,
No.
You told Garrett before you went.
Oh yeah. The ranger I was working with.
Nice. You kept it all quiet and under wraps, right?
Of course.
You had a cover story. Still, I mean, you know your business. Don't let me step on your toes.
I guess. But he's a good ranger. You know, if ever the agency needs somebody to call on, I'm sure he'd be willing to help again.
You would do that to someone you'd call a friend?
Somebody has to protect us, and I feel the rangers are just naturally attuned to saving the natural world.
Okay.
Cut to Ranger Henderson's trailer, and he's like wide-eyed and putting tinfoil all over the windows.
We'll see Ranger Henderson again.
Yeah, didn't we say he had a wife and kids as well? Like, oh, just a wife, I think it was.
I think so, yeah.
That's not lasting.
Let's fast forward now. It's nighttime and it's October 12th. Who's on watch?
Should we roll for it?
It's 11 p.m.
I don't mind taking the first watch every night. I've got really good alertness, which is why I'm like, yeah. So I'm happy to take on like the watch.
You're the only one awake in the house, perhaps?
Yes.
If everyone else is getting some rest.
I'm in the basement.
There's two people in the basement. There's two people upstairs.
Okay. You're one of the people upstairs.
I'm the one that's on watch. So who's sleeping next to me?
Probably me.
All right.
You're in a bed in the same room, and he's on a chair watching out the window. The last of the neighbors arrived home from work hours ago. And since then, this neighborhood's been quiet. As I said, these houses are quite sparsely spaced out. So it's probably like 20, 30 meters on either side. So, I mean, you see some of the neighbors return in their cars, and you can hear them in the distance pulling in, closing their front doors. The sounds of children outdoors have ended hours ago, and it's just been dark and quiet. There's a couple of street lamps. There is one not directly in front of the Ulee house, but across the street. But it's broken. The only lights that are actually lit are maybe 20 meters on either side of that. So you're looking out onto a dark street. Of course, there's no lights coming out of the house, so the garden is in pitch darkness as well.
Please don't tell me I see a dark man.
You are... maybe you're thinking about the dark man.
I try not to.
It's just right on the edges of your vision.
Yeah, don't scratch that.
You've spent a lot of time in the woods and in the dark. You're used to watching for movements and noticing the smallest thing. The only light in this bedroom is coming from a digital clock that's on the bed beside where Madeline sleeps.
Hey.
And the time it says is 1:23 a.m. You look from the clock and you readjust your eyes as you look out the window across the street, because you think that you saw something, a movement. And as you stare at that spot, the shadow you thought you saw steps forward. It's about 9 feet tall. It's broad. There's too many limbs. And it begins to shamble across the street. It's in blackness. You can see the shape. You see too many shapes. There's like limbs coming out from all the wrong places. You're pretty sure you can see what looks like two heads on top of those shoulders. And it steps onto the street and into the moonlight, and you are going to have to give me a sand roll.
Yeah, I was already grabbing the dice tray. As you're looking at me, I'm like, yep. I see where this is going. What's my sand now? 33. 33.
Doing better than me.
Yep, that's a failure.
Oh,
It's a...
D8.
Is that an 8? Did you roll an 8?
I rolled a 7. It was close enough.
Oh, wow. Are you going to burn some bonds for this? You can burn them now to try and offset the immediate impact.
Colleagues.
Okay, roll me a D4.
That is 3.
Take 3 points off your bond, 3 points off your willpower, and 3 points off your sand loss.
Oh, that is brutal.
And where does that bring your sand to?
So that brings it down to 29, and I don't lose... Is it 5 points? I get a temporary thing, right?
Amnesia, I think, activates
Oh, yeah,
it
you're
too.
right. Amnesia activates it too.
Fuck's sake.
But that means I can still act. I just won't remember it.
Yes, you're going to forget all of this. But that's in the future. What do you do now?
Future. Time to wake everybody up. Madeline, it's go time. It's here. Wake up the boys downstairs.
And then what do you do?
I keep watch.
Okay, Madeline, what's Madeline doing?
considering that Michaels is watching out the window, Madeline creeps in the darkness to the top of the stairs to try and keep eyes on it internally if it comes through
So you're watching the front door.
Yeah.
Excellent. What's Morgan do?
Morgan makes one last quick check on his suppressed pistol that he's got, checks the chamber, checks the magazine, then shakes Garrett awake, picks up the shotgun that is next to Garrett, pushes it onto his chest. It's time to go.
Takes it, racks the slide, he's up.
Okay, do you run upstairs? Or are you staying down here?
We want to be up by the basement door because we're assuming this thing's going to burst in.
Yeah.
So we want to be up the basement stairs, like ready to spring out, but not springing out yet. I assume like the breaker box, which is controlling the lights, would be by the basement stairs. That's a usual place to have it. So one of them.
Okay.
If you're taking point, I can be ready to throw the switch.
I would say that rather than shouting, I called downstairs and I have the phone on, and I'm holding it at the top of whilst at the top of the stairs, so I can like say now.
Yeah. So
Let's do initiative.
14.
12.
Mine's 10.
Yeah, mine too.
Which one of you wants to go first?
You can go first. Then I can learn from your mistakes.
I love it.
Nice. It's Garrett's turn.
All right, I would be ready to throw the switch when I hear a monster enter the house. If I don't hear a monster entering the house, I'm gonna hang tight.
Okay. Michaels, you can see this shape. As I said, it's now stepped out of the shadows and into the moonlight. You get a better look at it as it starts to cross the street. And it moves in this kind of jerky manner, like it's got too many joints.
Like claymation?
And as it reaches the center of the street, it looks up at the window that you're in, and you feel it make eye contact with you. Even though you can't see its face, you feel it make eye contact with
I just
you.
whisper in my, come on, Ulee, you
And
bastard,
as you're
get in
staring
here.
at it right in the face, boom, it's pulled backwards. And you now realize there is an enormous tentacle around its body, dragging it back into the trees.
What the fuck?
And from the trees, an even bigger shape
We got anglerfished!
looms over one of the trees that's across the street. And you see it lifts this Ulee thing into the air and pulls it down towards its torso and absorbs it. And you watch as this enormous thing, it's as tall as the building you are in, steps into the street and visibly grows just a little piece.
Yeah.
So this thing is almost on eye level with you at this point. And it is just this mashup of limbs and body parts and heads, faces sticking out of this enormous body, this bulging, almost bulbous sort of mass of flesh kind of rolls almost towards the house.
By the way,
San, roll please.
my mouth is agape and with a giant smile at the same time. Just like,
Give me a San roll.
I'm gonna hit breaking point. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, no, it's a fail.
D10.
We're just waiting tensely. What?
Oh, fuck,
Where is
5. Can I offset it on my colleagues
You
again?
can try, you can roll D4.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, all I need is a 1 to not to have temporary insanity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do that. 2. So I lose another 3 points in willpower, bringing me down to 4 willpower.
So how much is that in
this
accumulated
encounter,
sun loss in this encounter?
In this encounter, it's accumulated, let's see, 33, 26, 7 accumulated.
That's temporary insanity time.
I thought it was in like
You're
one
going
loss.
to crazy town.
On the express train.
How does Michaels respond to this horror that's in front of him? So he can eat.
Projectile vomiting.
There's like just basically 3 responses. You can go into a catatonic fugue state. You might run away, or you might just go fucking crazy and attack. It's fight or flight. What do you think
Fight.
he's going to go with?
Probably fight.
Yeah.
because
Rangers don't run.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a firefighter. He's been trained to be like high stress, high risk. Like you don't freeze, you don't run, you go towards the danger because that's what you have to do to save people's lives. And all you can think about right now is like, this is what I gotta do to save people's lives. So he brandishes his axe. And he jumps out the window?
We'll find out on his turn. Madeline.
None of this is being communicated to anyone.
No, he's out of it.
Does he scream?
For Valhalla! It's just...
The enemy's at the gates.
Yeah, what the fuck would he scream? Holy fuck, it got bigger! Ah! just
as Madeline is watching from the top of the stairs, what moonlight was coming in the window of the front door is blocked out.
I'm guessing that she can then like look around the banister and get line of sight into the bedroom where. No. Okay.
No, if you're halfway down the stairs, no way. Sorry, you're at the top of the stairs?
Yes.
I don't think, because the stairs is at the back of the house. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that you could see into the so you could run back and look out the window.
But you said that basically there is some kind of moonlight coming into the hallway and now it's gone.
Yes.
And does Michaels actually say that?
Yeah, I scream out, holy fuck, it got bigger! Ah! Like to spike him, like
we're gonna need a bigger
psych himself out, yeah.
We're gonna need a bigger flamethrower.
Yeah.
Go on, look out the window.
We're gonna need a bigger torch.
Yeah.
I think Madeline, her first instinct would be to rush over, but she gets halfway into like a start and then stops, crunches the light thingies that she stitched in so that they turn on, and then she's like one hand gripping the banister and the other one is the phone open to Morgan or to Garrett?
Morgan.
Yeah, because you contacted him and he woke me, so it'd be Morgan's phone.
Morgan, I think we have a problem. Sounds like it's bigger than we anticipated.
So like 10 foot? 9 foot?
If you're on speakerphone, I'm already getting the flamethrower.
How big are we talking here?
I think it's at least 2 stories tall.
Okay. What's plan B?
Well, it's Michael's turn now and he's going fucking batshit insane. Unless you have an action that you want to do.
I run down the stairs, I grab one of the stands, so I'm holding it out in front of me, and I'm going to back into this corner here and have the light sitting out in front of me.
Okay.
Do we still have the lightsabers? Because now they might be our best plan.
Yeah.
It's Michael's.
Wait a minute. The whole point of our trap was to get him inside.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we thought it was small enough to fit inside.
Yeah, exactly.
This is gonna call for some lateral thinking. Luckily, we're the best.
Where's the flamethrower?
I'm so glad we had time
that's
to
what I
plan
was
this
thinking.
out. You see, in my mind, I figured, big monster comes in, we're gonna get decimated, but just holding on, and then he's gonna bring in a second monster that's slightly smaller to really. No, fuck you. It's as big as a house. Let's go.
And it's right in front of the window at this right now. It's feet in front of you, 10 feet away from the window.
I grab my axe. I've got my torch. This is all I've been taught is torch light. And he jumps.
Okay, he smashes the glass. He jumps.
Oh shit, I rolled the wrong thing.
You're going Monster Hunter, right? You're trying to mount it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna re-roll that because I rolled a D8 instead.
Yeah, no worries.
He fails.
Give me a...
He just bounces off the window.
No, he's gonna fall downstairs.
But he jumps attacking it with the axe, right? So
with
give
the
me
axe
the
and
attack.
the torch in the other
Give
hand.
me the attack with the axe.
Oh,
as he's
fucking hey.
jumping through the air to see if he manages to make contact with it, though he has failed to jump.
He does manage to hit the axe. He is holding also a torch. He's probably not quite pointing it at
So
him,
Michael smashes the window and leaps from the windowsill towards this enormous monster.
Yeah.
Axe flailing out in front of
In
him.
one hand, the other hand holding a torch in the wrong way, pointing in the right direction.
Makes contact and catches
Yes.
and drags through the flesh. Roll me damage for that axe.
11
damage.
11 damage.
The axe hooks into this thing and rips through the flesh, but you did not make it far enough, and it's not enough to hold you on, and you fall to the ground. Give me a D4 roll damage.
4.
And you are now lying on the ground, on your back, holding your axe. looking up at the gaping wound that you've cut into this creature that's looming over you. Over to
Lovely.
Morgan. You've heard Michael scream and you heard the window upstairs smash.
Then I hold my hand out for your shotgun. I'm gonna need a bigger gun.
There you go.
Okay. I grab it. I grab the cock and handle in one hand.
Yeah.
Excellent. And run out the front door.
Close encounters.
I like head to the front window to take
Okay.
cover and take a look. Which is
The windows are boarded.
oh, they are.
Oh, did you
Yeah,
board
but I
up the
imagine
windows?
they can see
Yeah.
through a
Okay.
crack. They're not going to be like
Great.
fully boarded.
Oh
huh?
shit, I was going to have you pull back the curtains and then close them again.
Well, I don't know
we're
whether we
not
said that
home.
they're boarded or we put like black bin liners
Oh,
up
you
to
had
block
put
the
bin
light.
liners on the windows, yeah. So yeah, you can rip one of those off, or you can gingerly peek out.
Yeah, gingerly peek out.
You see on the front lawn, Michael sprawled on the ground.
On his back.
This impossibly huge, impossibly formed mess of limbs and blue flesh and faces and mouths and teeth. So many teeth. Give me a SAN roll.
Oh, I failed.
But you're the same one.
And is it what did you get?
80.
That's a D10 SAN loss.
10.
That's temporary insanity.
Wait, you
I
can
mean-
offset it.
You can't offset 10.
No?
It's a D4 roll to offset, so
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
mean,
a
you
good
can
one,
you
yeah.
can offset D4 of it, but you're definitely going insane.
Well, there you go. I just caught up in one.
Oh, this is what we're fighting this whole time.
Do you want to burn a bond for that?
now.
Roll a D4 to burn a bond.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So that'd be 3.
Yeah.
Reduce your SAN loss by 3, reduce your bond by 3, and reduce your willpower by 3.
Baby.
And go temporarily insane. How does he react to temporary insanity? I mean, this has just broken his mind.
Fucking shoot it, I guess.
Makes sense? All
What
right.
did you say? It's bigger than we thought. Oh, it's even bigger than we thought.
Start shooting. What gun do you have?
I have the shotgun.
You got
that
a
I just
shotgun.
got.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do you like tear the plastic down from the window and just start blasting all the glass out?
I imagine I don't even aim. I fucking hide again. I take the barrel of the shotgun, smash it through the window, and just start pulling.
What's your attack?
I rolled a 10 to hit.
And give me damage.
7.
Nice. You blow a hole in one of the chests of this creature. Somehow it has multiple chests. And what else is Morgan doing? I mean, is he quiet? Is he screaming? What's going on?
He's shouting. I shout back down to Garrett. That was an understatement, Garrett. Get the flamethrower now. I'm on 54 now. My breaking point is 54. Do I break when I go past it or when I hit it?
When you hit it,
So I break as well.
so you take on it. You have a mental disorder now. You can choose that later. And we're on to round 2, and it's Garrett. You hear him go crazy and start shooting out the window.
Okay, I forget the flamethrower and I leap up the stairs.
Can you turn on the lights at least?
Yeah. I turn on the UV lights as I
The
go.
house is filled with UV light.
Yeah, but we also shaded most of the windows.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
You completely covered it. There's no light coming out except for the window that you just shot out.
And Selena is holding one ready to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the
Direct
front
it.
corner by the front door? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I run up the basement stairs. I see you shooting frantically out a window. I see you posted up in the corner because I'm in the hall now. Guess I'll take up position beside Morgan. And I'm gonna see if I can see what's up. Maybe get a shot at whatever I see out there. What do I see? Okay, yeah, you know what? I would open the front door and see if I can get sort of get a pot shot out of it, and that's when I would see what is going on.
Yes. And you see this enormous you can't quite make out everything that is there. Give me a SAN roll first.
Oh,
actually.
okay. Yeah, luckily I'm really good at these, so... That's a 66, which is a critical fail.
Guys!
Does that mean 2d10?
I, for one, welcome our new Ulee overlords. I think a world in which all creatures are a superorganism gelled together with blue goop is actually preferable.
So losing all this sanity might not be a bad thing, because after this we will have to murder this whole street.
That's 18.
What did you roll? Like a 10 and
Two
8?
nines.
Oh, jeez, fucking
Would you like to offset that
Yeah.
by 3 points?
Look how
hang
happy
on.
your
So
face, man.
that's 18. I'm now down to 11. Blasting through my breaking point.
I assume your reaction is a fight response.
No.
No, it's a flight.
No, it's a freeze. I drop my gun. I start talking to it.
Oh, cool. What do you say?
Danny! Should have known it would end up like this. You work hard, you're a good soldier your whole life, and they just use you, and they just don't care, do they, Danny? They just throw you out, and then they say, well, no, you gotta keep working. You get back on that horse, boy. And I stumble forward with my arms like wide as I express sympathy for someone who I realize is just like myself.
Yes.
Good luck, guys.
Yes, thank you for that.
Did you activate any of the lights on your suit?
No.
No.
Unless accidentally.
The Ulee creature looms above Garrett as he stumbles towards it. And he doesn't notice. I mean, you're
I'm lying.
crazy as well. You don't notice in your fit of rage. Neither does Morgan notice in his fit of rage. But the huge gash which Eric had ripped in its chest, and the other hole which Morgan had blown in its chest, as Garrett stumbles towards Ulee, this kindred spirit, these wounds start to heal, and Ulee stops and leans down toward you, and a part of its mass extends like almost like a tentacle coming out of it, or a pseudopod stretching out of an amoeba, and on the front of that forms this very human face, one that you recognize from the files as Daniel Ulee, and it doesn't say anything. It just looks at you.
It's not fair what they did to us. It's just not fucking fair, you know?
Is all you hear back. It's Madeline's turn.
Madeline, she's surrounded by 3 crazies and a giant monster. She grips the stand that it's in her hands with the lights mounted on top, and she comes around the door. Garrett is now is he outside of the house?
Yeah, like
Or in
outside the
doorway?
front door, and then I've walked further towards where Ulee
Okay,
is.
so you're here. I don't think Madeline leaves the house. She just peels around the door with the light, and then she is gonna put the light shining directly full out of the front door, directed at the Ulee monster. So it's also going behind Garrett, and in this nice sympathetic face that's come out that Madeline has not seen is getting a face full of UV light.
Okay.
I'm assuming that the lights have got they're not just straight forward. They've got a range.
It goes out in an arc.
Yeah, so she comes around the door and she just puts it in the doorway.
So
Okay.
anyone outside would see your hand with a light in it extend, put the light down, back in, close the door.
Well, I'm not closing the door and abandoning you. I'm just putting it down in the doorway so it's facing out.
Okay, you don't see anything happen because you didn't look, right?
No.
Okay,
Tell me that at least something is
I'm not going to tell you that unless you look at it. Michaels.
So I jumped out with my axe. I hit it. I slid down. I fell on my back. I took some damage. I've also had a torch. I grabbed the torch. You gotta keep moving. You gotta go. Can I just slash at it whilst on my back?
Yeah, you stand up, roll your attack with the axe. Madeline, roll me a d6.
Oh, fuck,
4.
I miss.
You swing the axe at it, and as you're missing, a blue light bathes Ulee.
Yeah.
And you can see its skin instantly it starts to bubble, and it pulls back a little. Garrett, the face that was in front of you And now you see there was a hand, a human hand was reaching toward your hand. It pulls back and the face screams and it's twisted apart and the jaw drops open and you see rows and rows of blue teeth as it rears up and its skin is blistering. An axe flies in front of your vision as Eric tries to swing it, misses. He still has a hold of his axe, don't worry.
Yeah.
And now it's Morgan.
So I'm reading the keyword mindlessly attack. So with the same logic that Charles was getting into, like knowing that there is a bigger, more violent weapon nearby. Ooh. Would you not just think, like, because I know this fucking house is rigged to blow.
Yeah, which I just dumped in the hole.
Like, does Morgan unload his fucking gun and then go, I'm gonna burn it?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's it. Just, he's like this, holding the trigger down, just pumping. And then, like, as soon as that's ready, he'll throw the shotgun at it, fucking grab the flamethrower.
Yeah, which is by the basement door right now, like in the hole where I put it down.
Okay. Pew. That's a 50 bang on the money.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even really paying attention to the damage that you're doing at this point. But yeah, a lump is blowing out of it. Give me a damage roll.
8.
As you go scrambling for the flamethrower. We're back to Garrett. You were just having a moment with Daniel, and now...
Yeah, these monsters ruined this. They just gotta hurt him over and over and over again, and it's not right.
You can now hear a human scream coming from this creature as its skin is bubbling in front of you, and your colleagues are attacking it. You've just seen like a shotgun round blow another hole in it.
Like he might just remember to be afraid about now and start crawling around like vermin on the lawn until he potentially can maybe think of something useful next round.
Okay.
He's saying, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck.
It's Ulee's turn. Oh shit. Michael's is closest.
Yes, I am.
This is an unarmed combat attack. Do you want to fight back or... Oh, you haven't had a turn yet, so you can fight back or you can dodge.
Ooh.
What you get?
15.
The adrenaline is coursing through Agent Michaels as he grips his axe, watches a bundle of limbs swing for his head, and he dodges underneath them. And give me a damage roll as you swing back with your axe.
Shit. Remember how I rolled a 10 last time? I rolled a 1 this time, so that's 1 plus 1 plus 1 for my strength, so 3.
You fool, you're meant to hit him with the other end of the axe.
Yeah, exactly. Blood first. Let's go.
That's your turn for this go.
That's my turn.
Madeline.
I'm going to run across the front of the house to where the living room window is.
Yep.
I'm going to pull down the black bags on the window and turn the lights around.
Okay. Sound roll.
My sanity is currently 31.
If you make this, you're the new party leader.
17!
Nice.
It's a pass.
Wow.
Take one.
I salute you,
1
my
point of sound
commanding
loss.
officer.
And the light is it is baited in UV light. Yes, from both these lights on it now. Michaels, your go is gone.
Yeah, my go's
Morgan.
gone.
I scramble for the flamethrower.
Okay.
And
Where was the flamethrower?
it was by the basement stairs. So I've dived through the wall, which is American drywall. So I know this is probably very easy to do. Like,
You can run there. You can get there and get back, but you won't have time to
Shoot.
use it.
all right. Well, I think if I dive through the drywall, I've got enough time to scramble the
Yeah,
fuel.
I'll give you
bag,
that.
fuel canister, fuel
Yeah,
backpack
tank.
on. Tank. That's the word. And just start to run back with
And
just-
you jump through the next portion of drywall, breaking that part
just
as
a
well.
perfect Morgan shape.
It's one way and then the other way again.
So I think, like, although I am temporarily insane, I want to, like, because one of my defining features is calm. So, like, yeah, you don't want to stand in front of Morgan right now, but he looks like very calm, but in like kind of a disturbing way.
Does he look like incongruously like a man with a plan from an action movie? Even though the plan is maybe not a very smart plan.
Is it? Yeah. Is it that like everything about him looks calm except for his eyes?
Yeah.
Everything else about him is like
He's
cool,
got a
calculated.
fucking
But if you
unstable
look at his
look in his
eyes,
eye.
they're like, oh shit.
A new round. Garrett.
Michaels is out on the lawn, like sort of grappling with one edge of this thing.
Yeah.
Sort of like dodging, not injured yet. The area behind me from the front door is now being bathed in UV light from a light on a stand that Selena put out there. I'm going to see if I commando crawl towards the light and like grab it like a shipwrecked man grabbing a piece of driftwood, and I'm going to like use it to help me stand up, and I'm going to slowly walk towards the Ulee holding it, saying, "Look, I'm sorry it has to be this way. You gotta consider this an honorable discharge. You did really well." And I don't know if there'd be a roll to stand there, but I should probably spend the D4 willpower anyway.
Yes, you can spend those D4 willpower. We'll call that your action. That was Garrett's turn. It is Ulee's turn. Let's see. How close are you to Ulee?
Probably. Maybe not as close as Michael's at this point, because I'd be maybe 5 to 10 feet away from it. Sort of, but still sort of walking towards it, I guess.
Right. Okay. It attacks Michaels again.
Let's go. 23.
You again, cat-like reflexes, dodge its attack, and bury your axe head into its form. What's the damage?
7 plus 2, 9.
9.
Yeah.
Ooh. Morgan.
Is the door open?
The door is open, yes.
All
Because
right.
Madeline opened it for you.
Then I am gonna fire a fucking flamethrower out the door. Oh, I tell you what. Do I want to run up the stairs and fucking douse its head?
It's a fucking good idea.
I want to run up the stairs.
That's going to take you another turn.
That's fine.
Okay. You run up the stairs. It's Garrett.
Right. It's like swiping at Michael's right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna take the light that's in my hand and swing it like a baseball bat at the back of the monster.
All right.
And I'll say, leave him alone. Jesus, he's young. He can do stuff. I'm right here. We can both go down together. It'll be great. We can be one, and then we can be nothing. It'll be brilliant.
Give me your close combat attack.
26. That's a hit.
That's a hit. What's your strength?
16.
Wow.
He's a big boy.
Well, it's bigger than me.
Yeah, but you have a bigger heart, and that's what matters.
What did I just say the damage was for... The damage bonus was?
I think it's 18 for plus 2.
18,
13
17,
up.
18. So it must be plus 1. You get plus 1 damage, D4 plus 1.
Okay. That's 4.
5 damage. It's a spotlight on a like you might have in a film set or something. Yeah, you swing it, it makes contact, the light explodes and turns off, of course. It's Ulee's turn. And Ulee's fucking pissed off with you now.
Yeah, I know. I thought we were friends.
And now there's 2 of you within range of its limbs, and so it attacks both of you.
Lovely.
And it rolls a 49.
Oh, I felt that. 94.
And I can't react to that because I've already gone, right?
You've already gone.
Okay, cool.
You're taking 7 damage. You have armor, right?
Yes.
What's your armor?
1.
Oh, you didn't wear body armor.
No, I've got this.
You just okay. All right. Cool.
you
Okay,
had
reduced
that
by
on as
1.
well.
You take 6.
Wait.
We all said last time we had.
You had a
body
vest. You
armor.
had like a
Oh, we
camo
all have a
vest, right?
vest.
I
Okay,
think you
so we
have
all
3
a vest.
total.
Okay,
is
so
what
it's
we
3.
worked out.
Reduce 3.
3.
3
All right.
from 7. And Garrett takes 3 damage.
Okay, so 0 in this case. Because
So,
I'll...
yeah, it hits you, so pushes you aside. But yeah, you don't go down. You're not damaged.
Yeah.
Madeline.
Wow, that seems lucky.
So what Madeline has now looked at the creature and she's still looking. What am I seeing now?
You are seeing. So first of all, from the angle that you're looking at, it is still bathed in UV light, and you can see that the flesh all over it is kind of bubbling under this light. No one else has caused damage to it since the light. No, you caused damage to it since the lights have been on it, right?
Yeah, and I hit it
I
just
think
now.
so, yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't cause any real damage that would be visible. There is like a shotgun hole in one of its chests, but it's just a mass of limbs, and they are flying all over the place. One of them is just hit. Both Garrett and Michaels have been hit, and you see them thrown through the air by this thing. And some of those limbs are heading towards you, and others are you can see there's like 2 heads worth of eyes are looking upwards to the window that's broken. There's another face that's looking directly at you. There's faces coming out all over the place.
Madeline is pretty much out of ideas now, and she's done the lights, and now it's just time to start shooting. Is that 3?
Yes!
Fuck yeah!
Give me D10 damage.
That's a 4.
Yeah, Madeline is just fucking unloading into this thing, and you see like explosions from it. So they look impossibly small on this huge hulking beast. But yeah, you're hitting it. You're fucking getting at it. Michaels, did you fight back last time?
I fought back.
You?
Yeah, and I missed.
Yeah, so you've lost your.
I've lost
turn
my
again.
turn.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you used your turn.
Yeah.
Morgan.
No, I reach the top floor, get to a window. Yeah.
The broken window that's already open?
The busted window.
All right.
Stand back from it a little bit.
If you fuck this up, are you going to just set fire to the room you're in and nothing else? You're just going to
Probably.
miss the window. Okay.
I just say, Jack, is it me or it's getting hot in here? And I twist like the valve to open up the fire, and I fucking.
This thing is
it.
enormous, so. And it's quite easy to hit something with a flamethrower, I imagine. So I'm going to give you a +20 for your elevated position and +20 because this thing is so fucking huge.
Okay, I could use both of those bonuses. 51, that's a hit.
Ooh.
So it's got 10% lethality. So roll a D100. If you roll 10 or below, that's a lethal shot.
37.
So that's 10 damage as the top portion of Ulee is engulfed in flames, and you hit by this burning smell and this blue kind of smoke that's coming off of the body. You get a face full of it as well, this blue smoke coming off the body, and you can see out of the upper story, I don't know if you were expecting this,
Nope.
but like a burst of flame engulfs Ulee right in front of you. And
I know.
it's
Everything's got
Garrett's
brighter.
turn. In front of you now, Ulee is, from the top half of the Ulee thing, is completely on fire. Its limbs are flailing, and you can hear human, animal screams alternating, coming from the different mouths that are just tearing themselves open in pain.
Yeah, I'm going to draw my gun, and I'm going to tell Ulee that it's okay, and it'll all be over soon, and I'm going to try and shoot it in the head. Unfortunately, it has multiple heads.
It does.
That's a success. That's 13.
Roll for damage.
That's 1.
What weapon was it?
It was a Glock.
Oh, right, okay, so there's no plus. Yeah, you hit, and there's a spray of blue blood sprays all over your protective gear. Ulee's height reduces. If it had knees, it would have just fallen to them. Some part of it, internal part of it, kind of collapses. And Madeline, you can see this. You're probably the only one with a real clear view of what's going on. And this is what you see. Ulee stops its forward motion. You can see a couple of hands reach out to try and steady itself, but it's completely engulfed in flames, and they're not going out. Garrett steps in front of it, fires a shot, and then he lowers his gun as you see another face emerges from the thing's torso. One of the few parts of it that are not burning right now, though it's about to be engulfed in flames. And you see it form a head shape. And what's your alertness?
20.
You think it says something to Garrett, and then the rest of it is engulfed in flames, and it collapses, and you can see the internal structures of this creature start to break down as it falls backwards onto the lawn of the garden. And next of all, you're blinded by light. You're all blinded by light.
More than
Then the wind starts blowing.
Oh.
Then you realize you're surrounded by men in black outfits. They've got MP5s pointed at you. And you realize that above are helicopters. And as you watch in the dying embers of the Ulee creature's corpse as it burns in front of you, Morgan standing in the window with his flamethrower, laughing maniacally, I assume.
I love the smell of bacon in the Morgan.
Garrett. Well, we'll come back to Garrett because
Stand down,
something just
soldier.
spoke to him.
War's
And
over.
What's Michael's doing at this point?
Is that enough to knock him out of the temporal insanity?
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's chugging his axe at the
There is no threat to it anymore.
Yeah.
You're now just exhausted, and you realize that you're surrounded. There's spotlights on you. There's helicopters above you, and as you watch, black SUVs pull up in front of the house, and men and women in black suits step out. What are you doing?
I think. Have you guys ever had like a big blast of adrenaline and see it come off? Like you just go like,
Yeah, get all shaky.
oh my
There's
god.
about 30 guns pointed at you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna let go of the axe and I'm literally just gonna fall backwards on my back and just start laughing, just crying, laughter, emotions are coming back, and I'm already forgetting what the hell just happened.
Excellent. What does Morgan do?
Sees the situation. I assume I'm not going to just train this flamethrower on the nearest person. Am I not temporarily insane anymore?
The death of the Ulee creature brings you out of it.
Okay, so I drop the flamethrower to the floor with a fucking loud thud, I imagine, and I slump down on the wall and I light 2 cigarettes and I pass one off to Jack, who is not there, obviously.
Oh, we forgot about Jack this season.
And it just drops to the floor. Hopefully there's no kerosene that's been spilled there.
Let's hope not. What does Garrett do in the face of all these guns pointed at him?
Weeps. He's probably on the ground, depending, unless he's learned anything new and interesting. He's probably slowly noticing. And so he's just on his knees, just sort of probably drops his gun if he hadn't dropped it already.
You begin to... The sound of the helicopters, which is curiously... I mean, you've heard a helicopter before.
It's quieter than I would expect.
These are quieter than you would expect. I mean, still, you can't hear anything but them. But they seem to back off. The spotlights are no longer in your eyes. And you hear a woman's voice. And as your eyes again adjust, there is a blonde woman in her 40s. She's wearing a black suit. And she looks like... I mean... She is just the epitome of calm in absolute chaos. She's surrounded by soldiers. There's helicopters above. There's a burning monster that she's just walking by. She barely even looks at it. And she walks over to you, turns around, she says, "Someone get a medic for this guy."
Don't recognize her by any chance, do I?
You do not recognize her, no.
Under her breath, Madeline's like, "I see Garrett's boys took their time."
And you're not going to tell me what the Ulee says to me at this point, are you? Because I'm a little curious.
Not just yet.
All right, cool.
How does Madeline react now to this woman coming forward?
She's got guns pointed at her, right?
Yeah.
So she's like slowly lowered her gun. But is the one coming towards me?
No, because you're inside the house, right? You're looking out the
I'm,
window.
like, behind the
She's
windowsill.
walked up to Garrett.
And the fact that she's approaching Garrett is just like confirming all the
They're all in
suspicions
it together.
that Madeline has, and she's just like, "Motherfucker, I fucking knew it."
She appears to speak to Garrett, but you can't hear it.
I mean, there's not really much more that I think Madeline would or could do in this moment. She's giving stink eye to the guys with the guns, but it's definitely confirming all of her suspicions.
Yeah, the woman, she doesn't come down on one knee, but she kind of crouches down. She puts a hand on your shoulder and she says, "Mr. Briers, we'll take it from here. You can get your colleagues. You've done a good job."
Mission complete.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll clean it up from here.
Mission
and
complete.
she turns around and she says to one of the the masked soldiers behind her. She says, "Get these people out of here." And
Go over to Michael's and very limply trying to help him up, even though I need some help myself.
soldiers come into the house and they still have their guns pointed at you. They tell you to drop your weapons if you haven't already, and they ask you to walk outside. They don't use any force against you. They lead you over to a van where there's a medic. It's not an ambulance, but there's a medic working out of the back of a black van. And they kind of cam you. They ask you if you want water. They start to check you out. And as all of this buzz is going on, you look around, you can see that the neighbors' houses down the street, the neighbors you can see are being led away by men in black suits. And as that is happening, a station wagon pulls up and Agent Bernard steps out. He comes over to you. He looks over towards the woman who's in command of everything. And now you realize that these men in tactical gear, the soldiers, some of them are scooping up bits of the Ulee into steel containers. They've all got hazmat gloves on as they do this. The woman looks over at Agent Bernard and he kind of stares at her for a moment, then looks at you and he says, "Come on, we got to get out of here before they change their mind. Let's go." And he leads you to his car.
We're letting them take the samples?
They're not going to let him rest, are they?
It's out of our hands.
What do you mean it's out of our hands?
Look, if you want to live, you come with me. They're not going to let you go. Come with me. This is the only chance you get to leave. And he leads you to his station wagon and guns the engine. And he gets you the fuck out of there.
Thanks for listening, folks. If you enjoyed this, please leave us a review on your podcatcher of choice. It'll help spread the word and help others to find us too. If you have any comments, questions, or just want to get in touch with us, you can. You can find us on Twitter with @TalesOfPodcast. We'd love to hear from you. This episode's Tales of crew is Fabio as the Game Master, Mike as Lucas Boshears, Charles as Eric Paras, myself as Selena Goodwill, as well as our audio producer. You can reach me on Twitter with @ThatLastJan. All music and sound effects used with permission and may have been modified for use. Details and links can be found in the show notes. See you next episode.
That was Viscid.
Nice. Nice.
So that wasn't Delta Green.
No.
Give me some reactions. What do you think? As players, as characters, what happened? What do you think?
Oh, I think they're clearly monitoring us. They're clearly They knew exactly where that Ulee monster was going to go. They saw us there. They thought, we'll let them deal with it, and this way we can, take results as to what the fuck is going to go down.
I feel like I was right all along. We know what's going on. Let's just fucking leave and let these clearly more well-equipped people deal with it, because they clearly could have.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like this was one of those times when maybe perhaps we should have been like, "Oh, this is out of our hands. This is for somebody higher up."
Yeah, because Agent Big Dick Bernard was like, "Hey, deal with it," and then he comes over and says, "Fucking runs away with us." Afterwards, like, we just let them deal with it in the first place, you bastard.
Nah, I love it. Nah, because probably because he knows that they don't care about collateral damage.
But no, this means that considering the interaction that Bernard had with the woman, we were like, oh, there's another government agency doing all this fucked up shit. They know.
Yeah.
Clearly, our higher ups already know, and they still sent us into this mess, which means that they knew that this other agency had created this mess.
Yeah, or
and
another
they sent us
faction
in.
within the program.
Yes.
But we know that. We kind of saw like, oh yeah, this is ties to the Air Force.
I mean, we know that now, but we discovered that during this. But the point is that we were like, oh my God, another government agency. And they're like, oh yeah, we know. They're doing all kinds of fucked up shit, but we're going to send you in anyway for...
Oh, okay.
For what reasons? For what reasons would they have handed this to us?
Well, because we're the best. We beat it, didn't we? Great job, everybody.
They told us we were doing an awful job. They told us to clean up our shit.
We were
And then
basically
they
sent
handed
in...
us a fucking 100-year-old flamethrower.
They were basically... They
Did a fucking good job, though, didn't it?
They sent us in to clean up this other shadow agency's mess. For why?
Or potentially their own mess if they are representing the sort of, what would you say, inheritors of the mess in the 90s.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the reason. We are actually working for the other agency and don't know it yet. Because they're both Delta Green, right?
No.
Selena doesn't like the mind games.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
you all
like-
get 3 sand back for
Yay!
killing 3 Ulees. Well, I mean,
I'm sitting
defeating
pretty
3
on
Ulees, you didn't kill
14.
the second.
Feeling good.
I already got 1 back for killing the other.
Oh, okay.
Let's do 2.
But I get 3?
You can have 3, yeah.
Even though, all right, cool.
And how do I work out my new breaking point?
It's your current sand minus your POW.
Oh, great. So my breaking point is 2.
But that would be when we start a new game. So in between session, if I go and get therapy or whatnot,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So I won't do my breaking point yet.
Great, my new breaking point is 20.
I mean, you can change characters if you want to play again.
Fuck no.
Cool. Well done, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I love it. No, I love.
I hope that was not your expectation of how it was going to go.
No, it
No,
definitely
definitely
was
not.
Because, yeah.
Although,
If you have a plan, I want to fuck the plan. But, like, I want the plan to happen. I don't
Yeah.
want it to, like, be an accident.
no, I would have loved it if we've just all been like camped up in the basement, just waiting. Just nothing happens. All right, what about now?
And then it just fucking falls on us.
Yeah, I mean, presumably, like, if we'd left it to its own devices, it would have, demolished the house, like, trying to get in or something like that.
That's really interesting. What would it have done? Or just try to squeeze through?
Yeah. Because that was sort of like what I was thinking. If I'd like maintained my sanity, it would have been like, no, keep hiding inside. It'll try and work its way in somehow,
Yeah.
and then set the damn building on fire because it's been like set to go
rigged.
up essentially.
I do feel like it went down a bit easy.
The reason it went down was because the lights were on it, because it recovers 5 hit points every turn unless UV lights are on it. And if you kept the UV lights on it for a full minute, then the next minute it takes D20 damage.
Still, a minute's a long time in this game.
It's too long. Yeah. Yeah, did you just like the end? I just made that up just when you were doing that mind game. That wasn't supposed to be the end.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, now I do want to know what was going on in terms of, but
We gotta go
part of the
storm.
setting is you don't entirely get to know. There's just some office politics with some like people in warring secret conspiracies up in like Virginia or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you like your guesses are circling the truth, but they're definitely not the truth.
But this is the thing, like in character, like maybe Garrett would be able to put something together, but he would never get confirmation, whereas the 3 of them aren't so deep in the conspiracy, so all they have is like,
Garrett would definitely
biases,
understand the interaction with Bernard and the woman. Yeah, he knew what was going on.
All right, so are we going to find out what was told to Agent Garrett?
Not now. No.
but like Bernard's an old cowboy, right? Like
Bernard
from
is
the
an
old
old
days.
cowboy, yeah,
Yeah.
and now you're all outlaws. Yeah.
I like how none of us have gotten up yet. We're just like, sitting with this. Oh, thank you, world.
I want to know what Ulee said. Did he say, kill me?
No,
Yeah,
you probably
thanks for playing.
give-
I thought that was really cool.
Fucking
And
A.
I thought like everything that you guys did in that final thing was awesome. It was very
Yeah.
dramatic and just made sense.
Yeah.
I'm slightly sad that Selena didn't go crazy again because her actions were very sensible.
Yeah, like
That's great.
if you had lost a bunch of sanity, would you have killed us all because we were all in on it together?
No, I think she would definitely just try to kill Garrett though.
Yeah, she probably would have.
Actually, no, maybe Michaels as well.
What did he do?
You gaslit me.
That was a long time ago. We talked this through.
Did
Come
you
on.
come at me with an axe as well?
Did I?
That's
That was
what
me.
That's what Michaels always says.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, like Garrett had identified you essentially as unstable and a threat. So if you'd started popping off before he had, he might have decided to put you down for the good of the team and the good of humanity. So we're lucky that it happened in the other order.
I actually was going to ask you something, but I didn't get the chance to with the rounds.
Yeah.
And this is mostly because Jan doesn't understand the rules as much, but how much would Selena understand about the spells that she has? Like Prayer to the Dark Man, for example. Would she understand what that specifically does?
Yeah, it's explained in the book.
I mean, what could you then tell me what that is? Because like, does it just summon the Dark Man? Does it do this?
Yes.
Does it that? Okay.
It summons Nyarlathotep. It's not something you want to do.
That
Well,
would
because-
have improved matters. We should have done that.
Because if I'd gone past my breaking point, I was thinking about because she has an obsession with hypergeometry.
Oh yeah, if you had temporary insanity,
Yeah.
you would have to try to cast a spell. Yeah.
I was thinking, would I have known enough about what my spells do to know that they would be useful in this situation?
Yes.
Summon the dark
Yeah,
man.
you definitely would have tried to use one of them. Yeah.
So, like, what would happen if I'd have tried to summon the Dark Man?
I would have shot you.
No. But like, for what purpose? Like, would I expect the Dark Man to take the Ulee monster away? Like, for what purpose would I have done that?
You couldn't have cast that one because that would require you. Well, you could have killed one of them to do it. I guess. Yeah, you would have to sacrifice one of them.
Because I have closing of the breach as well.
I mean, he could have just. The Dark Man might turn up and just make it disappear, or he might just kill you all, or he might possess you with he might turn your arms into flamethrowers, whatever the fuck. But like, I mean, you would then be gone as a character.
Like essentially, if you did that, it would be because I beseech you, noble Nyarlathotep, to help me out of this jam.
Yeah,
Kill someone, he appears.
yeah. It's
and
like
then-
you sell your soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Except the devil's actually gonna is gonna collect.
That would be definitely how I imagine Selena goes.
Yeah.
Like when I'm ready for Selena to pack Selena away and to have a crazy,
Oh, yeah,
awesome
she
death.
has to go out
That will be
that
her
way.
way out.
And yeah, we're essentially on the run now, right? Are we? I mean,
I definitely am.
I don't know why I would be.
next time I check in with our handler, how would I assume that conversation would go?
Well, the fact that the program turned up means that it's going to get cleaned up. Yeah. So whether they would be bothered helping you personally, probably not.